sell this fucking house and we're gonna open a business. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I'm working at fucking Home Depot. We were on a project that almost put us out of business. To date, it was the hardest fucking thing that we learned. Those 6 months, bro, I was ripping my fucking hair out. I was throwing up every day. Everything that we worked for could have been.
What's her role in all of this? Like, I'm sure it hasn't been easy for her to sustain this teamwork, because it is a team. How is she doing with all these changes? And
I put her to.
She also went from San Diego to up here. What's your consejo to somebody that's trying to build a family business? Because I think it starts at a lot of people out here trying to start something.
Man, no, that's a good question.
Welcome to Who Got the Juice podcast. I'm your humble host, Poppy Fresh, here with...
You're also a humble host, because Minnie, what's up?
And we got today...
Danny Garcia, the president of Alliance Bath Reglazing and Ace Renovation Inc. here in the Bay Area.
Heck yeah. So
yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about, what you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Well, I own 2 businesses. One of them for 8 years. That's Alliance Bath Reglazing. What you see behind me, we specialize in tub reglazing, right? So instead of ripping out your bathtub, we paint them. We make them look brand new again. We specialize predominantly with hotels, motels, and mainly apartments. We have over 10 technicians. We've been in business for 8 years. The second business is Ace Renovations Inc. We're a general contractor. So anything that you need done inside your house, right? Inside the apartment complex, we can remodel, we can extend your bathroom, remove your bathroom, whatever it is you want, Papa Smurf got it.
There you go.
Another Papa.
And then let's talk about this too. Like, in the beginning, we're over here talking about doing a countertop too. So not only you're glazing everything from bathrooms and stuff, you're also doing countertops, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that, right? Let's say
that epoxy or similar to...
Yeah, similar. We mainly use epoxy as a primer, right? Epoxy is really old school because most epoxies, they turn yellow after a while. So if you see this here, this is a polyurethane, right? Very similar to what they put on cars and boats, helicopters, right? It doesn't yellow. It's the best in the business, right? So we don't just reglaze tubs, man. We reglaze tile walls, Formica, culture marble. We can even spray over granite. We can even spray over quartz, which we're already doing, right? There's a lot of new builds of hotels, for example, where they installed granite countertops. And instead of ripping them out, because there's so much to rip them out and replace them, they call us to just go in there and reglaze it.
Give it a new look.
A lot of times granite gets a lot of stains, right? So the quickest scenario, the quickest route for them is to call us and just have us spray over it.
it's kind of like somebody has tile, you can just put LVT on top of it, right? Just to go ahead and cover it.
The same thing, bro.
Now, what if somebody comes in, right, and they're like, okay, I have this existing countertop. Let me get a marble style. Let me go ahead and do an upgrade. Do you do that as well, right?
Man, we can make your countertop that's green, and if you ever walk into some of these apartments, these apartments have green countertops, yellow countertops, Formica. We can make those look like cultural marble countertops within 2 hours.
Like paint the little veins.
Yeah. I should have had samples for you guys, but I'm sure we can probably put it on. But we can make them look just like granite or Corian.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I know I like always want to do something like DIY. And I'm looking and I'm studying on YouTube and I'm like, dude, there's just like no way I could do this. Like that's just, it's like with the fumes and everything, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you brought that up. So we use a green product now, right? We're probably one of a handful of companies in California that use a completely green product. However, our guys, we still have PPE, right? You got to have safety equipment on.
Right.
You got to have the long spray suits on.
Okay.
We use fume extractors, right? Because I'm very big on making sure we protect our technicians.
You gotta be safe.
We gotta be, especially here in California, man.
Absolutely.
Insurance here is no joke, bro. If you don't follow the rules with insurance, they'll take you out of business, right? So just like our vehicles, man, all our vehicles are insured. They have to, California.
They have to be.
But that's it's an arm and a leg, bro. It's an arm and a leg.
So what has been one disastrous? So this is what I wanted to go ahead and like kind of follow. I did tell you, right? I did say, you know, this podcast, we're pretty much driving. Me and also we're just, you know, like taking the streets. I did play a few of your stuff that you know, got on social media. One thing that I do want to touch on is you do renovate, right? Yes, you do the glazing and all that cool stuff, right? But talk about like more of like the tile. Talk about like the, you know, custom countertops that you get to do as well, right? Because you say you're a GC as well.
Yeah.
Get into a little bit of that, and then I do want to go ahead and hear like what has been the worst nightmare that you had to like deal with. It could be a demo. It can be, you know, just whatever you got.
Bro, let's go straight into the disaster.
All right. You want to get to the okay.
I want to get to the nasty part first. There you go. Man. So Ace Renovations, long story short, it kind of landed on my lap. Okay. As an opportunity to become part of the business, right? And it was an opportunity that you just couldn't say no to. Okay. So, but why it worked so easy for me was I've been in the apartment industry for over 20 years. I've been in the apartment industry in the Bay Area since 2008. So I know a lot of people in the industry, apartment managers, maintenance managers, regional managers, owners, investors, realtors, plumbers, electricians, right? So my network is very, very far, bro. So when I got the opportunity to be part of Ace, I'm like, fuck, bro. Alliance Bath Reglazing, we service over 3,000 apartments every year, right? So every apartment that we're connected to has anywhere between 50 to 200 units, right? So we're continuously getting work Monday through Saturday, a lot of work, right? So when I got the opportunity for Ace, I'm like, bro, this is easy because it's in the same industry. I just got to reach out to my customers and say, hey, I'm a part of this now, right? So do you have apartments that need painting, flooring, you need cabinets, you need countertops installed, or do you have units that have been waterlogged or water damaged, right? And you need someone to come back in there and put all the drywall back up, put your counters back up, bring it back to normal. So once I became part of it, man, the networking, we went from like 2 technicians for Ace Renovations, literally in 1 year to about 20. That's how fast we grew, right? So we're growing at this rapid rate. So we're learning a lot of things on the fly, right?
That's the best way.
It's the best way. It's the best way, but at the same time, bro, you get kicked in the teeth. You get kicked in the nuts, bro. You learn the hard way. But if you know me and you'll get to know me, bro, I love a challenge, right?
I know it's like the bowling.
I love challenge.
Yeah, I mean, we're like, before you got here, Crafty, he was already quick to say, he was like, you know, we do got a bowling alley here. Let's see if you guys want to go ahead and get some smoke. And also, it's over here like, you know, he's like, bro, I kill it in bowling, right? You know, also over here talking that smoke. And his wife kind of called him on it. He was like, don't be playing with them kids. Don't be playing, they're going to get hurt. But like he did say he was like that he gets pretty competitive.
I'm very competitive.
He doesn't like to lose, so yeah.
I hate to lose more than I love to win, man. Right, and that's that's a tribute to my life now. You know, I got 45 employees. I got 2 businesses. Wow, that's crazy. I'm very driven, right? And I come from the bottom, right? So I come from a direction where, you know, you just didn't have food every day. You had to create your food, right? So fast forward to what we were talking about earlier, bro. We were on a project that almost put us out of business. Okay. Right? And it was the hardest thing that to date. It was the hardest fucking thing that we learned. Right? One of our technicians were working on the 3rd floor and he punctures a sprinkler system in an apartment.
It goes off.
And if you understand how much water comes out of one sprinkler, it's like almost 100 gallons per minute, right? But the problem was the maintenance. We couldn't find the maintenance, right? We couldn't find the manager. right? We couldn't find no, so we didn't know where the shutoff valve is. So our guys are running around like, where do we fucking turn off this water? So can you imagine within 30 minutes, do the math, bro, how many gallons of water is coming out, right? So we're on the 3rd floor. So the three apartments on the 3rd floor just went like this, and then it turned into 20 apartments, and then went down to the 1st floor, turned into 30 apartments, bro. Right? So this was a total loss, right?
Oh shit.
But I tell you one thing, man.
How do you come back from that?
Yeah, you know, right? So we had to call our insurance, right? We got our insurance involved. A lot of things happen, but the one thing that taught us is we need to get better. We have a lot of holes in our area that we're not learning from, right? And it made us better, right? So that happened this year in January. It took us January, February, March, April, May, June, July, 6 months, almost 6 months to come back from that, right? So we had to rip out all the walls, right? We had to do all the demo. We had to pay for the flooring, the baseboard, the electrical, the paint, the texture, the time. I can just go on and on and on and on. At the end of the day, bro, that's why we have insurance, right? To cover our ass in a situation like that. Now, if we were a smaller company, that would have put us out of business.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Luckily, with our knowledge and the amount of money that we were able to save and to put to the side for a rainy day like that, bro. But I tell you, those 6 months, bro, I was ripping my fucking hair out. I was stressed. I was throwing up every day, right? Like everything that we worked for, everything that we did, the amount of guys that we have could have been tossed out the fucking window.
Yeah.
Right? But luckily for me, my partners, we got together, right? We fucking grabbed our nuts and said, hey, this is why we did it, right? This is, and 5 years from now, we're going to be able to say, you remember? You fucking remember?
And it's almost like situations like that, like you almost like kind of like, you're not going to necessarily laugh at it, but there is some humor behind it a lot of the times, right? Because you're like, bro. Dude.
Hell yeah.
It's more of like a feeling like, damn, I could do anything now.
Well,
if you went through that,
and I don't mean to sound like me and my partner, we don't mean to sound cocky, but that's exactly what it did.
It gives you more confidence to go on and keep going. Yeah. It's like, now what?
So now we implemented safety procedures.
Exactly.
1, right? 2, before we open up any fucking wall, before we bring out a fucking hammer, where's the sprinkler system? Where's the shutoff valve?
Absolutely.
Right? What is the protocol? So now it just made us sharper, right? So now every job that we go to before we start anything, we have a procedure. Okay, if this happens, this is the answer. If this happens, this is the answer, right? Everything has an answer. Now we have before pictures, during pictures, after pictures, right? We put together a safety log, not just for the guys, but for the property that we're working on. Yeah. So it just made us a lot just better. Clean. So, and I tell my partner, like, bro, it sucked. You know, the insurance claim was over $1 million, bro. Right?
Oh, I would have assumed more.
It was over $1 million. It was a lot, right? And even like to this day, I'm fucking want to throw up, right? And we also still had to come out of pocket to pay off everything, bro. Yeah. Right? So it took our savings from here to here. All our profit for that time of the year was gone, bro. So we absolutely didn't make no money, but we stayed in business.
Yeah.
You know, there's a saying in Spanish, echando a perder, se aprende.
Se prende.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't say it.
100%. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, bro.
And
no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, and not only that, too, it's like...
What are you hearing? The necklace?
No, just the ruffling.
Oh, okay.
That's good. He's pretty in the conversation, you know.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
no, you're good.
You got to pop that other beer now. You got to finish,
bro.
You got to finish that one.
Good.
Oh, okay. I will say though, it's kind of like, you know, like a long night in Tijuana, right? And you know, you're going out, you're having a good night, having a few drinks, right?
And
It's
she got an Adam's apple, bro.
dude. Oh, if she got, I mean, you took it there, but
I'm just saying,
I mean,
bro. God damn.
but in that
Tongue check.
but in that yeah, that's right. In that situation, you got to check the nuts, right? Because if not,
100%, bro.
you don't know what's coming.
Top to bottom, you got to check it out now,
you gotta
bro.
strip and search. But I was gonna say though, I mean, you took it there, but I was gonna go ahead and say it's like when you go and you bring somebody, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to get burned twice, right?
No.
Get burned only one time.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Learning experience.
We got our asses burnt like a motherfucker on that. I'm sorry for the language.
No, you're good.
We got our
No
asses.
kids watch this.
We got our asses burnt. But like she said though, bro, now man, we're already on contract the following year to triple what we made the last 2 years, bro, in 1 year.
And that goes all throughout. Like people are gonna start like speaking on that, you know,
Well,
like gente are gonna go ahead and be like, dude, like
they handled that
They were
shit.
able, yeah, because everything
We
is
didn't-
problem solving.
Bro,
If
we
you
didn't-
problem solve quick.
We didn't run.
And you stand by it.
We didn't run. We didn't fall back, right? We didn't retreat. We didn't surrender, bro. The first fucking thing that I told my partners is we got to go straight to the property. We got to go straight to the owners, the investors, and tell them excuse my language, stepped on our dicks. We fucked up.
And that's
right?
bitch.
And then we told them straight up right there, bro, hey, man, we're going to do whatever we have to do to salvage this relationship, but to make sure that our name doesn't get dragged through the mud. And after those 6 months, the same community that we did work at, they're affiliated with about 19 other apartments, started giving us all their work, right? Because of how we handled that situation, bro, right? So now they're giving us X amount of dollars almost every month to service all of their communities. And then if you're in the apartment industry, it's a very small community. So this manager knows her cousin works at the other property. She's a manager there. Her best friend works over here. She's a manager there. So that name gets around, bro. And if you're doing solid work, you're taking care of business and the work is quality, right? And
Ellos salieron ganando regardless, right? Because their sprinkler system got fixed.
Yeah, everything got
and they
fixed.
got a free model.
So they got like over 25 apartments that were renovated.
Right, so win-win, but it had to be tough. If not, everybody would be winning out here.
The beautiful thing was now they like the way the units looked. So what are they having us do now?
Mimic.
I want you to start doing this on all our properties.
Yeah.
We want them to look just like that.
And you know how many people be going in and out?
Every day, bro.
Right?
Apartments,
Yep.
every day. Every day. Every day.
It's a
man.
big industry, you know? Like I've even seen like in that industry, if you make soaps for hotels, that's a lot of money.
Soaps, hand sanitizers,
All of that.
forks, spoons,
Even
napkins,
gyms, too.
everything, bro.
I know a few hotels that need to be renovated. I recently went to Las Vegas.
Oh, talk about it.
Oh my God!
Was it
we
crazy?
saved the pictures just so we could see them back. Porque we had to complain to the management. I was like, "This is where y'all placed
Did he wake up with a pink eye or no?
No.
So it wasn't bad then. It
wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. Come on.
I was
Could have been
like,
worse, right? Like the
Sleeping
Raiders.
with cucarachas over here, bro.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
bad.
it was
It was
bad.
holes in the wall.
On the strip? On the strip hotel or outside the?
Like basically the strip. It was the tail end of the strip.
Damn, I believe it. I believe it.
I was like, when
I believe
did
it.
they renovate this? This is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be hella bad. But I wanted to know earlier, like, what do you think is different now than was different before? Like, what changed in you to be able to expand? Because it's one thing doing one thing here closely, and then it's another one to give the trust and responsibility to others, right?
Oh man, good question. Really good question. So, I mean, Alliance, where we're at here, we've built a system, right? Where I don't have to be involved every day. I'm a part of 3 other members. There's total of 4 of us, right? So my number one thing and what I do every day is sales, right? It's a business development, right? I'm the one that's feeding the system,
feeding the monster.
They get it and they distribute it, right? And they make the monster continue to move, right? So I'm like I tell people, I'm on a train. I'm the guy that gets the charcoal and puts it in the fire. I'm that guy, right? And everything else handles on its own. But for Ace, we're at that stage right now, right? Where we're still developing a system where we're talking to consultants, we're doing homework on YouTube, we're talking to people on LinkedIn.
It is.
Ace has the opportunity to become $100 million business, and that's just in the Bay Area.
And you're just like probably scratching the surface.
We're only 4 years old, bro.
Because it's not even like custom.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not even getting into like the builder side of it, right?
Exactly, bro. So just recently we started taking on residential jobs now, where people are calling us, hey, you know what? We want to flip this home. We got $150,000. That's our budget. Can you do it? No problem. Right? What takes some companies, 3 months to do, we figured out a niche where we can do this in 1 month. Right? So we expand that profit. Right? But now what we're learning is how do we make the system even better? What kind of people do we bring in, right? How do we go from here? So I like to tell people, bro, this is what I tell people all the time. I feel, and this is just, my partners laugh at me when I say it, but I feel that we're Apple in the garage right now, bro. I really feel that. Right, I know so many people in the Bay Area and the industry that we're in, where we're just literally just getting started. In 4 years, bro, right? Each year we probably made, the first year we probably made 2 million. Second year was 5 million. Third year was 8 million. Now we're already on track to hit $20 million next year. So when I tell people now, we're literally Apple in the garage. We're still figuring things out. We're experimenting with things. We're trying new things. We're putting new people into the system. We got a shop, right?
So you guys got the installers, y todo
everything,
eso, right?
bro. Everything. We have tier 5 guys, which we call the guys that can do it all. Then we have 4, right? The guys that can kind of do it all, but still need some help. Then 3, 2, and 1, right?
Because I'd imagine, like, if you apply, like, what you got in Alliance, right, that you're doing all these apartments, because that's the commercial side of it, right? If you bring that over to Ace and on a general contractor level, and you do it in commercial, I think that's your niche right there. Because residential is gonna be like, like those people that want to renovate. I think now that the election is already passed or whatever, I'm not talking crazy politics. I'm just saying this. Now I feel like people are going to be able to aflojar more the pocket because they're not like on that hold up, like, okay, what's going to go on, right? So I think you're going to see also a lot of that too.
Well, not to toot our own horn, bro, but we already have 10 residentials lined up for next year. So we have a division of commercial. And we just built a division of residential.
So you guys never touched residential then?
We touched, a couple of jobs here and there, but this year coming up, we already have 10 lined up.
Yeah, because during the pandemic, that's where it was at, like the residential side of it, because everybody was obviously locked
home.
In. Exactly.
Everybody was home, bro. Yeah, man. So we're definitely growing. We already have a couple of apartments in San Diego, so now we're trying to figure out how do we mobilize and get guys in San Diego, right? We already have an opportunity for Denver and Seattle, so this is our challenge. This is our challenge right now, and I love it, man. This is like I tell people, like I drive my wife crazy, man. Like I love this, like trying to figure this shit out, trying to find out the money, who can we loan from, what kind of banks, right? Going out to interview people, what subcontractors can we use, who do they know, what do they know, and getting them together to execute the job, bro.
That's that purpose.
That's the part that we love, man.
Do you think that, like, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm pretty focused on him.
Honestly, you're absolutely good. In this moment, in these lost of train of thoughts, we're going to do cheers because it is Friday, right?
It is Friday.
So let's go ahead and do that, everybody.
Salud.
Right?
Salud.
Producer, everybody's son, right? Future husband back there. I do want to go ahead and let's say jump into this. Let's say you did bring up, and this is from some of the homework that I kind of like pulled or whatever. You did bring up that you came from a rough neighborhood, right?
Yes, sir.
I want you to elaborate a little bit on that, and I also want to go ahead and touch into like you falling off the horse, right? Meaning like you went into let's say alcohol, drugs, whatever the case is. I want to also touch on that. So
right on, bro.
kind of give.
We don't got to, don't let him dictate. You
I mean,
say whatever you want.
it's part of the story. No, so kind of what we did when we were driving here. He already came out on that one podcast that they that also put on the group, and we started like listening to it. There's a lot.
I feel like we have this element where we want to get real tough and real deep with it. So I just want to like not limit anybody to like just that, because there's more to you now, right?
Yes,
I
respect.
I really am trying to like, because I think that what you're doing it speaks to me a lot.
Right on.
Right now, I'm trying to. I think that when you can give somebody some responsibility, that's when it's really gonna blossom, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But then there's like a lot of risk to let them fail. But what comes out of failure is, as you went through, right, something magical.
Blossomed.
Yeah. And I just want to, I want to understand what makes you be in the position of always risking. Like, what makes you so sure that things are going to go right?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You're not sure sometimes. You just gotta,
because do you really, plan to what's next? Or do you, hit that space, figure out how to, whatever. If you have to expand, what does it mean? You have to hire more people, and you figure it out as you go. So you're figuring things out as you go, or do you have it planned? Are you listening to other podcasts? Do you?
I'm listening to podcasts. I'm doing all my homework. I'm doing research. I'm talking to people. I network every day. But to answer his question, very honestly, I'm shooting from the hip. But it's just not me though, right? I'm bouncing ideas with my partners, right? So I tell people we come together like Voltron, and you guys are probably young. You know
I'm
Voltron?
familiar with Voltron.
Voltron was when I was a kid.
Or the Blue Man. What is the Blue Man's name?
Man,
Captain Planet.
So
with the Speedos.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is for us to make it more relevant, it's like the Avengers.
Oh.
Right?
Okay, so Power Rangers.
We come together like Power Rangers, but we bounce ideas, and there's a lot of things that I suck at.
Right, and you have
there's
to
a lot of things that my partners that they're great at, right? And he's great at.
That's a great team.
That's the same thing with what we're talking about with the whole thing, right? That we came in here, and what did you say? You were like, he had asked for another banner, and then I said, you were asking me a question, right? I said, look, bro, that whole visual stuff, I was like, it's this guy.
That's this guy.
Yeah, and that's what I said.
That's where you step to the side and say...
And you have to. You have
bro.
to, because if, let's say, for example, I may be able to see something, but I'm not really, fully engaged into, that side of it. What I see may not be what looks better in, the video.
But I do want to answer this question for you. I've always been a risk taker. I've always been a gambler. And I think that's, a lot of times growing up and where I come from, a lot of time it pointed me in the wrong direction. And a lot of times it pointed me in the right direction. There was some times running from the cops, something tells me to go left.
Hold up.
Right?
You were running from the cops?
Running from the cops.
Run that back.
Back in the days, man, I was a knucklehead, right? But some of my friends ran that way. Right? And I would tell them, no, let's go this way. But they end up getting caught. 2 years later, I see them down the road, right? And I say that because I think that I like to consider myself different than a lot of the people I grew up with. I operated on a lot of instincts. I was very empathetic. I felt vibes. I felt energy, right? So what happened 8 years ago when I finally decided to say, fuck it. I'm going to open my fucking business. I'm not going to work for this motherfucker no more. He doesn't appreciate my hard work, right? He doesn't care. And I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm drowning here, right? The only way to fix this is to take a fucking risk right now. Yeah. So I tell people I burnt the ships that day. When he told me we got into a fight, I was driving home and I was fucking furious. right? And I got home and I tell my wife, I get my fucking glasses and I throw them, right? I said, right here, right fucking now, we're gonna burn the fucking ships. We're gonna sell this fucking house and we're gonna open the business. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I'm working at fucking Home Depot. I don't care, right? But it worked, right? So I keep that moment in time. I keep that in here now, right? I believe in myself, right? No matter if it goes sideways or if it goes this way, I tell myself, bro, we're gonna figure this out, no matter which way it goes. So when we got hit with the insurance job, right? We were all freaking out. To me, honestly, I looked at it like a matrix. Like if we just do the right thing, we stay in the customer's face, we don't run, we don't fucking scoot back, we answer the phones, we get our guys out there.
How does that affect you mentally though? Like it doesn't drain you? Because I have a thing where like if I'm going through something really, really tough, fucking get through it, just keep going. It's okay. I can think about it later, deal with it. And then once it's all and done and it's fixed and it's flowing and it's going, then I go to like a chillar, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that I've identified that I do. Like, do you have those moments?
Yeah.
And what does that look like for you?
So to answer his question, where the direction he was going was, I had a drug problem, but it was low key. I understood that the only way to fix this or the only way to handle what I'm doing is to give myself a fix as often as I can. Nobody can understand what I was going through, right? So I went through a lot as a child, right? A lot of bad things happened to me. I came from a single house. My mom was always working. I went from babysitter to babysitter. And some of these houses, in a nutshell, just weren't a really good place to send your kids, right? So I learned a lot of things. And sometimes some of those things were just really bad, if you know what I'm saying, right? So I learned at an early age to fix my trauma, I needed something, right? And I think that's what made me a lot stronger than most people.
So you would, and I talk about this all the time, like going through things that are significant where you, as a young person, think that, hey, that's wrong, right? And you start to think about, like, you think more than other kids, and it wakes you up quicker than
it makes you more mature faster.
Yeah.
Right?
But it comes at a cost, I think.
And it comes at a heavy cost, right? Because I don't want my kids or your kids or any kids to ever go through what I went through. I'm 43 years old now, and that shit still, it's something that I deal with every day, right? So when I pick up my kids and I kiss them and I tell them I love them, and I do everything every day to try to make them never feel or be subjective to anything that I ever went through as a child.
It's called breaking a cycle.
Breaking the cycle. It stops. It stops with me.
You're the
right?
ultimate pops.
I carried a lot of that, right? And when I started the business, my mom got real sick. She had a stroke in 2014, I believe. And me and my mom, like, I was mad at my mom for years because I could never tell her what happened to me. I never told anyone what happened, what was going on for those 2-3 years. I would beg her, I'll stay home. Let me stay home by myself all day. Don't send me there. And you got to go over there. So we can get into that later, but I always had a victim mentality with my mom, right? So when she got sick and she got a stroke, I never had the opportunity to get that out of my chest with her, right? So when the doctors called us and said, hey, she's got 2 weeks and maybe a week, if you're lucky, 2 weeks, and something happened, this anger, this self-pity, right? I started double up everything, drinking, smoking, coke, pills, everything. I transformed. I feel like I turned into a kid again, right? And I wanted so hard to talk to my mom, and she wasn't there. I mean, she was dying. She was on her last breath. I couldn't tell my sister. She's 10 years older than me. My brother, me and him never got along. It was just us three. We didn't have uncles or cousins or family or god friends or best friends. It's a long story. But fast forward, we buried her. I came home and it got even worse. I was treating my wife like crap. I was treating my kids like crap. I was treating the people, my teammates, work like crap, right? And one day I thought the best thing to do was to go home and kick my family out the house and get rid of myself. Right? I thought that was the best solution. Right? I went home. I had pills left and right. I had all the drugs you wanted. I popped them all, and something happened. Everything blacked out. I wake up and I heard someone say, "Get up, Dan." And I tell everybody, this is my testament, man. That was God talking to me. I don't know how I got up. I woke up, there was blood in my mouth, my face, my stomach. There was blood on the floor. There was pills everywhere. I was crawling to the bathroom. I sent my family away. I told them to get the fuck out the house, right? So it was just me in the house. Nobody was there to talk to me. I crawled myself to the toilet, and I was throwing up yellow, blood, bunch of crazy stuff, right? Shaking, sweating. I laid there, fell asleep. I woke up again, took a shower. I was shaking all over the place. I was still throwing up stuff. And my son, I knew what I tried to do didn't work. And the only way to fix this is to come clean with my son. So I called him and I said, I need you to come to the house. I need to tell you something. I need to tell someone something. And I came clean. I told him everything that happened. I go to the hospital and the doctors are like, you took so much fucking drugs, it would have killed a fucking elephant. How the fuck are you still alive? How the fuck are you still here? They ran tests on me. They diluted my blood. They did everything, man. I mean, everything that you could imagine they did. And at that time, it was 2020.
Yeah.
They didn't allow you to go get sober at a house. They weren't letting anyone to go to any place, any camp. So my wife kicked everybody out the house, and she was with me as I got sober for 6 months every day. I was going like this, bro. I was a crazy man, right? I was going up and down, calling her everything, making up stories about her trying to hurt me. And I mean, my brain was lost, bro. But I tell you, once I came clean, I understood that God was with me, man. It changed a lot of everything, the way I looked at life, the way I looked at my kids. It changed the way my relationship was with my daughters, my son, right? It made me a better person, man, right? It made me more honest and more clear and more aware of what I needed to do, right? I'm no longer on anything. If I have a couple drinks, it's a couple drinks and that's it, you know? But yeah, bro. Yeah. And to answer your question, that's what keeps me. I think that's what makes me more motivated. You know, like I have a more clear relationship with God now, more belief in myself, more understanding what I'm capable of, and more importantly, I understand my purpose now. I understand the things that I'm really good at and how I can help other people. Right? I went to speak at a Logan Heights, my old neighborhood. And this lady tells me at the end, she says, Danny, you know, you give 40 paychecks to men to go home and take care of their families. And when she told me that, it made me really like, that's the ticket. The more I do, the more I can help other people. That's my purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Heck
yeah, bro.
So like you said, you know, like your relationship with God, right?
Yeah.
Like now tell me a little bit about that. Cause yes, you know, you obviously went through that tragic moment. You know, you had something, you heard something and you got up, right? You got blessed that way. I'm trying to get more into like, you know, like a relationship with God and, you know, religion and stuff like that. As I'm I wouldn't say every Sunday because I did skip last Sunday, but I am going to church, right? And I'm driving from the Central Valley, and then my church is in San Jose, so I'm really commuting to go, you know, like to church and stuff like that. Yeah. So, like, what is obviously like, how does like your morning look like? You know, like, do you wake up? Do you say, you give your prayers and stuff? Because I talk to my brothers, and you know, like they obviously have different ways, kind of how they like their relationship with God in a sense. Right. So how do you start? Or what is your like?
Honestly, bro, the first thing I do is tell them thank you.
Yeah.
Gratitude, bro.
Yeah.
Gratitude that I'm awake another day. I'm with my family. I get to do whatever I'm blessed to do. I got my health. My kids are healthy. I'm able to give people jobs, right? I understand for me, bro, my sister, I retired my sister and she moved in with us and she's very into the word. So she was praying over me. She helped me develop a relationship, right? I was very mad at God for what happened to me as a child, bro. Right? Like, if there's a God out there, why did this happen to me?
Absolutely. Yep.
Right? Why did it happen? Why did it have to happen to me? Right? So I was always in that argument with him. But I understand, man, like some things for some people just need to happen, whether you like it or not.
And it's your story too.
Yeah, and it's my story. So I have a choice. I can either be a victim or I can be me, a hero.
I mean,
of my own
we have you
story.
to witness that it can be possible.
Yeah.
So that's
And even like your message is gonna help somebody, like in the future too, right? Like anybody who's listening to this, right?
Yeah.
And went to something similar, they're gonna be like, damn, like shit, I can go ahead and, start doing some commercial work and stuff like that.
Bro.
You know what I mean? Which,
and I think that's my purpose is to try to tell people, bro, if I can do it,
heck yeah.
if I can do it, you can do it. I don't have the education, bro. School for me, bro, was always hard, right? My brother was 10 years older than me. He was the school kid, bro.
book smart guy.
He was the book smart. So she always compared me like, if you're not getting A's, you're stupid. Right? Yeah. You're dumb. You're just not smart. So as a kid, you start to believe like, well, maybe I am stupid. But fast forward to now, I understand that I was just smart in a different way.
Absolutely.
School just wasn't for me, bro.
And there's a lot of successful people, because I listen to podcasts myself, and obviously we love entrepreneurship and all that.
Yeah.
And also shares, a few books, right? And he talks about, choose your enemies wisely. He actually put me onto a podcast. I've brought up Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the book before, right? So it's like we try to feed this kind of like entrepreneurship, 100%. Like mindset, like to level up, the 2.0 and all that, right? So I lost my train of thought. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Every time
I gotta open this one.
I got you. But pretty much, that's kind of like our way of kind of leveling up in a sense or whatever.
Helping each other out.
Absolutely.
Pushing each other to get better.
You have to. Yeah.
That's the only way, bro. That's the only way.
Yeah.
That's the only way, man. If you guys, I don't know if you guys read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I've read that like 20 times. I listen to it on my phone while I'm driving, right? That, to me, that book right there, it just...
Audiobooks. So that's where I was going with it. So where I was going with it is that I listen to a lot of podcasts, and there's a lot of successful people that are, I'm talking about like millions, billions, right?
Yeah.
And they were never book smart.
Yeah.
They just couldn't find it, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of successful people, believe it or not, didn't realistically finish school, didn't go to college. So there's something there. I mean, if
you know what they say, bro, the C students are the ones running the world, right? I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean, I was a C minus D plus student, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
How do you define success?
Are
you successful?
I believe I am. But
why
I'm not done.
Why weren't you successful halfway through?
Say again?
Why weren't you successful halfway through?
Halfway through my life? Or
halfway through this journey of where you're at now? What it's
I was good question. Until I met or developed my relationship with God, I didn't understand what success meant, right? I was chasing a dollar.
Yeah.
To me, everything was revolved around money. Right.
I think for most people is.
So, I mean, but yeah, you're 100% right, bro. But I mean, again, I'm not gonna sit here and knock anyone that's doing it, because I think ultimately at the beginning we're all doing that, right?
Money means security. Money means consistency.
Right.
Money means
Your
opportunities
bills.
for 40 checks to be written.
100%. But what I understand now, and my purpose and what I do is love, bro, and respect, right? If I do the right thing every day, right, I take care of people. I respect people. I take care of my people. I put them in good opportunities for them to make money. The more love I give, the universe works like that. The more you get back. Right?
That's very
so,
true.
and I don't wake up, before I used to wake up every day like, dude, I need to make money right now. I'm not making enough money. I can't pay enough bills. I can't.
You were
I gotta
thinking
pay off
in
my
lack.
house, right?
That's it. You were thinking in lack. It's like that's
exactly.
the opposite of being, grateful for what you have.
Yes.
Your fingers, we should be grateful for. It's like
Everything.
the hell of small things.
Everything. So I wear gratitude like a sheet of armor now. And that's why the first thing I tell myself when I wake up, man, thank you.
Yeah.
Just give me another day with my family.
Yeah.
Right. Another day to help someone. Another day to just fucking breathe. Right. I mean, you see that quote, right? A guy who had no shoes was crying because he had no shoes until he met a man who had no feet. You understand what I'm saying?
But it's all like that all the time, right? Like even you like driving, let's say anywhere, it could be like to the corner store, right? You driving and somebody being in the bike, they're gonna see you and be like, damn, I wish I had a car, right?
100%.
And then the person that is driving may see somebody, who knows, like in a jet or may see somebody like in a McLaren, a McLaren, kind of like what we're talking about, and be like, damn, like I wish I had a McLaren.
Yeah.
It's like that.
It keeps going.
Yep.
But like she said, back to what she said, is living in lack. A lot of people, including myself, for a very brief time, I lived like that. Nothing was ever enough for me. Right? Like one day I went from $2,000 in the bank to $200,000 in my bank, and I still wasn't happy.
Do you feel like that's just like the
but
human
now
in us, or because you're always chasing something? Like it could be numbers, right? It don't even gotta be money, right? It could be like, how am I gonna improve today? Like I'm speaking for myself, like even going into the gym, right? How am I gonna improve my PR, right?
Yeah.
How am I gonna improve next year's physique, right?
Right.
What if I want to have 3 more kids? Am I gonna go to Mexico and get them stem cells? What are we talking about?
Don't
Yes,
know
sir.
what you're talking about.
No, go ahead, bro.
Okay. No, well,
She said, what are you talking about, bro?
no, apparently there's these stem cells. Obviously, stem cells help you, for like your knees, right? You can do your back and your shoulders. Like that helps, like, pretty much like the recovery.
Youth.
Yeah, exactly. Youth, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about that youth side of it, right? And we kind of got off track in a sense, right? And we started talking about, like experiences and all that cool stuff. So one thing that is like, it's not trending, it's probably like 5 years old, but you can also pump some stem cells in your Johnson, right? And you like pretty much like click it, and then you get like benefits behind it pretty much. It's like you're 18, and then there's like, it pretty much like turns to jab, and it turns it. So it's like
into an uppercut.
Yeah, so, but okay, all right. So go ahead. Yeah, sorry. I got... Yeah.
So right. I got you 100%.
Stem cells.
So stem cells.
You gotta look into that.
No, stem cells, bro. No, like legit. It's because, where it actually came from? What it actually came from was the Mexico having more, like, better, like, medicine. That's what we're talking about, right? Yeah, Mexico, like, earlier. We're talking about hair transplant. We're talking about BBLs. That's what we're talking about.
Damn, y'all talking about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, because we're...
Well, he's trying to go to Turkey and get his hair done and everything.
Yep. So that's something that we were talking about. No, well, this is where it came about, right?
This is why the hats.
That's why you're wearing hats.
Oh, I mean, no, like, believe it or not, somebody told me I look more handsome in hats, so I kind of just took it, and I'm just like, if you kind of,
it's receding.
Oh, okay, well, I guess, right? But
that's why he had to color it, though. Camouflage a little bit.
Hey, I like the way you think.
Got you.
But you know what? What actually we're like bringing up is my pops is obviously like that motherfucker. I love him, but if I'm pretty sure he knew the stuff that he knew right now, he would obviously go to Turkey, right? So we're actually talking about that, right? And also it's hella funny because also it's like he's like, oh, so how much is it, right? Like you got the numbers already figured out. I'm like, no, but I know Mexico's getting really good with like, these things these days. So I was like, maybe.
Yeah.
My whole thing is I'm a firm believer, like, look good, smell good, right? Feel good, right?
Feel good.
Yeah. So it's
It
just
should
like,
be do good, and it escalates down.
but if you're gonna go over there, you're getting them stem cells too, baby. That's what we're doing. Hey, don't leave me hanging. God damn it. No, like, I mean, you're gonna go ahead and then we're talking about Andrew Tate too, right? How he's bald, he's in shape, he's successful.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's that route, but god damn, I don't want to go ahead and look like Stampy Coco, right? I want to look like the other brother, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Who has some hair?
Exactly. He actually did.
His hair is a little transparent, bro.
But he actually did do that though.
Oh, he did it
yeah,
really?
he went. Yeah.
Right on.
So I mean, this stems from just.
You could also tattoo it to look.
Yeah,
like
I see that. I see that more often now, bro.
But the thing about
he don't want to be bald though.
Yeah,
he wants to have some hair.
The thing about like. Yeah, I think the thing about like just even like having hair, doing the comb over, right? Like
you don't gotta do that.
The comb over, but people this out like I guess if you're like a level of like,
there's wigs. You could always like.
You said the wig. I like getting on roller coasters and shit. I'm like, right? Hey, but I guess he could give your girl different like looks, right? Like if you do have like pelon, right? Like do like the loquitas, and she's like, "Oh, baby, okay." Like start rubbing it with the coconut. Yeah, exactly, right. Pinche coconut, pinche. Right?
I want you to have blonde hair now, Pablo.
Again, right? Nah, I hear you. Yeah, that's probably the best way. But I mean, it's definitely something like I talk to my boys. I talk to everybody.
Yeah.
My brothers know that. Like, I'm like, dude, like,
So it sounds like you're paranoid with your hair, bro. You all right?
Like, you look at my pops, bro. Like,
you stressed out.
Let me tell you this right now. I love my dad. Like he knows that.
You keep saying that.
No, because he knows that. Like he taught me like the Kama Sutra book early on. Like some people had Bibles like early on. I had the Kama Sutra book, right? Like how like I kid you not, bro. Like I feel like we had an earlier conversation about sex than most people did. Because ya ves antes tenían the cassettes donde they would record. You know what I'm talking about, right? They would record cartoons, or they would record, those Transformers at times, right? Más tenía un label, right? Sometimes you didn't know what you were going to play, right? And you'd be in la sala, you'd be like, pretty young.
Wow.
You put it on, and there would just be something going on. And he's just like,
Playboys in there for you?
But the crazy part is like you had to go backwards and leave it where it was at, because if not, they're gonna be like, yeah, somebody watched this shit, right?
Yeah.
You had to be pretty nice, right? Where I'm going with it is like I'm obviously thankful because I learned, some tips, early on, right? But also, even like because we come from like he has like 3 other kids and stuff, so like pretty big family. So he had to obviously be the provider and all this. So heavy into working out, obviously. Yeah, my pops always had that charisma.
How much older is your pops? How old was he when he had you?
I think that's a really good question. I think he was like 20-some, 22.
Is he from Mexico?
Yeah, he's from Michoacan.
Right on, bro.
So like, I guess where I'm going with it is I think that's why I'm into fitness, and I think that's why I like because I want to get older, but kind of like age a little bit.
Gotta take care of yourself.
Gracefully.
Yeah. So, I mean, but the thing is, I will tell my pops, I'm like, you know what? When we go to Mexico, we could stop by and get them stimulants. And, then he gonna be walking a little different.
Oh boy, he's gonna walk with the limp, big dog.
With the chopper. He gonna my pop. You know what's crazy?
What do we call these?
But let me tell you.
I need to scratch my back real quick, dog.
Hey, let me tell you something about my. Let me tell you something about my pops. I don't know if I said this in the podcast, but I will tell you. My pops used to. I don't even know if it's all the way nasty, but he used to wear these robes, right? And back in the days,
I could tell.
No, it's not all the way nasty, but back in the days,
he used to wear them to work.
No, like vivíamos in apartments, and I used to be the dude with the latest video games.
Yeah.
There'd be heck of people in my house playing video games. My pops would be that one dude. You pull up with a dragon robe, right? Back in the days. Let me tell you this.
Flapping in the wind, bro.
Honestly, I don't think maybe that was like, the weekend, right? But I think back in the day, Speedos were just popular. Speedos were probably it, right? I mean, That's probably what it was.
Bro.
Right now, it's just a breeze, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Right now, it's breeze. There's zoomies. There's you name it. There's all different sorts of Ethica, whatever you name it, right? That's the brand I like to wear, right? But
not a lot of ways.
yeah. So what I'm saying is like he would have like the speedos that'd be cheetah print. That'd be
Damn.
So the whole thing is like, yeah, my pops.
I can't. You can paint the picture
him.
very well.
I will tell you this though, like. He got a pretty good reputation
in the apartments.
Let me tell you this right now, like I'll tell you, like we'll go to like he hosts a lot of parties and stuff, and I think I'm one that I'll say what everybody's thinking.
Yeah,
just. I mean, or they probably thought about it, right? Like, like, and I'll bring it up.
Yeah, like they're like, let me not invest in that.
Yeah,
but you do, you invest in it.
So like, my auntie's up, like, oh my god, like you're your son's, like you're Pop's son or whatever, like, but sometimes that's just who you are, right? Yeah, you're just trying to give the right message. You never know. There's probably somebody that's like, damn, like, usually I go 4 times, right? I've been going 1 time only. Them stemmies, boy, I'm telling you right now. Bruh, I'm not sponsored, but I'm just throwing it out. Like,
he's over here like it's not a race, it's a marathon, bro.
Sometimes you just gotta start by doing 2 miles, but. Yeah,
hey, right on,
you
bro.
Wild,
right
bro.
On. Whatever.
No, it's a thing.
You wild.
I mean, it's okay. I'm just throwing it out. I mean, but no, because this is where it was at. He was talking about his back, right? That's where you're talking. No,
bro.
But I know, but you were talking about your back. Remember,
my back and my hips, man. I need all the help I can get.
Because he kept telling me, he was like, put your hip to it. So I'm like. Okay.
Stemmies, bro.
Yeah. I gotta put some in my ankles. I just be walking like normal. There's no uphill, no nothing, and my shit just goes. I'm like, damn, bro. It just gives out.
Yeah. You be gigging, huh?
Un día sí me la voy a quebrar. So then I'm just lucky.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm at that age.
At that age?
Or that weight.
Oh, okay. I was going to say at that age.
Yeah, no. We young out here. I'm just saying I'm at that weight. It's a little bit heavier up here. So.
Pues el tiempo del frío. Come on. Like, ahorita son los tamalitos, es el pozole, right?
You gotta wear the extra socks. That's why you got the short socks on, girl.
That's the reason.
You gotta wear the thick socks to keep you warm.
Heck yeah.
I'm just saying, our health is hella important. If we partake in it, we'll have less. We'll be more less deshabilitados later.
You know what has been helping? Cold showers.
I've
been doing cold showers.
As much as I'd like to try, hell no.
No, cold showers. Cold plunge, I think, is better. You got ice? Go to that Alliance one right there, bro.
Bro, I do it in my pool every day, bro. Every day.
The cold shower?
Any cold plunge, bro.
Cold plunge? Okay.
Yeah, I get in there for anywhere between 3 and 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So that helps going, like inflammation. That, if I'm not mistaken, I think that boosts your test too.
Yeah, everything, bro. It's really good for you, man.
Yeah. So like, dude, I think for like the past maybe 6 months, religiously, bro. Even if I'm at the gym or even if I'm at my friend's house.
Cold shower.
Yeah, even if I'm at my friend's house and then, nice apartment, renovated todo. Yeah. I'm just like, bro. I just turn it. Yeah. And then sometimes he'll be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, we'll be at the gym. He'll be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you keep saying no. Bro, because I'm like, it's getting warm. I'm like, nope. You got to turn it back cold. But I've been seeing the benefits from it.
100%, bro. So 100%.
Something like that would be good.
Wow.
Maybe, ahorita en el tiempo del frío, maybe not. But it's helped me for sure. That or the sauna,
try that.
2 hours.
Oh. Damn, 2 hours in the sauna?
No, bro, come on. Hey, look, I'm light skinned, bro. I would come out like a lobster, bro, like for sure. No, so the way that you do it is, right? I mean, you start with 10 minutes, right?
This fool said 2 hours
no,
in the
bro,
sauna.
Like, come on, let me put you on, bro. Let me put you. Come on, bro. Let me put you on.
Like 15 minutes in there.
Let me put you on, bro. You started with 10 minutes. This is where we started talking about the briefs, right? That's where. Hey, but that. And that's where we brought up the stems, right?
Yeah.
But we're not going to put any people on blast. But what we're saying is, you go in there with, some dry fit,
Yeah.
like the shorts that, say they dry up pretty quick,
Yeah.
right? Or you'll go in with the briefs. Whichever one you want, huh? But you'll go in there with 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how you'll start. Then you'll jump in the cold pool, right? Maybe do one lap, right? Come back. All those 10 minutes, that's your start.
100%.
That's 20 minutes. Is that easy?
Yeah.
That's easy, right? I'm not selling no coaching thing. I'm just throwing it out. This is what works for me, right?
Yeah.
Then I started like building my stuff for 30 minutes. No pool, nothing. Just 30 minutes ahí. Con tu galón de agua. Pump it.
That's good for you, bro.
Yeah. Search it up. If you do 2 hours within a week, right?
Yeah.
It boosts your test
Everything.
10 times
A
full.
lot, bro.
Is that you're focused on
Bro,
that time?
I mean, dude, bro,
I know what you're saying,
we're talking about, what else were we talking about? We're talking about horny goat. We're talking about ashwagandha. Bro, horny goat, bro, man. Bro, look, están saliendo pelos blancos,
you
bro.
can't take him nowhere, bro.
No, I'm being that serious, bro. Like, so I guess what we're talking about is like over the counter stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's the gasoline station stuff too, but you don't know what.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good thing.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know.
The blend is not.
But
it's toxic.
That's what we're talking about. We don't know.
Ashwagandha, though, I take that like as a mood stabilizer.
Yeah, but yeah.
I didn't know that it was.
Yeah. No, I mean, bro, I'm talking about like the benefit side of.
It does help that though.
Okay.
The mood stabilizer.
Yeah. Okay. Good. No.
Well, I mean, look. When you talk about like
taking the wrong thing this whole time.
no, when you talk about like the vitamins and all that stuff, like, bro, I got it.
A ver, dame la lista.
Bro, I mean, you talking about zinc. You
Yeah.
talking about
Zinc
like
is up there.
your K2 with your D2 for the bones.
L-arginine.
L-arginine for the blood flow. I did say that last time. It pumps more blood.
Yeah.
Okay. Ashwagandha, like I said, right? Horny goat.
What exactly is horny goat? Is that
So
what,
horny goat is like como una vitaminita, you know, like.
Pero okay, it's a blend. It's a blend. It's not like a herb.
No, it's like over the counter. Like it's good for you.
A bunch of vitamins.
It's a little. It's just.
Yeah.
It's not a lot, but
Yeah.
So I guess where I'm trying to go.
How old are you, homeboy?
Dude, I'm about to be 34.
You taking all this shit?
No,
you only 34.
listen, bro. Like
Hey,
early.
I understand that your ass is 50. Okay,
Listen,
I get you.
Listen. You gotta start now.
No.
Listen, let me tell you this right now. You gotta start this journey now. Why? Most people wait till they're like 40, 50 to start even eating salads, bro. Bro, and then that's too late, right?
Yeah.
That's too late. Cuando te dice el doctor, you gotta start eating them salads.
Yeah.
That's too late.
You gotta eat that spinach, homeboy.
So this is preventative care.
We
These
get
vitamins
because
Preparation.
Because horny goat doesn't like mess anything up like that. You know what I mean? Like there's.
Is there any other name? Like that's what it's called.
That's what it's called. Like I'm
okay.
telling you, go to GNC. There's horny goat.
It's a lie. I used to work at GNC. I don't sell.
Let me pull up the facts.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the facts, right? So you go to GNC, right? You go over the counter. Now this is real facts, right?
Yeah.
That's just tu cafecito, right?
So it's a.
Do I-
it's a
No, I'm being that serious. That's tu cafecito, tienes tu pan dulce, whatever your choice is, right? And then, you just take your vitamin, right? And then I'm gonna put GNC because that's where that's where it comes at. And it better not take me to nowhere and stuff. I think the bots are listening.
I like that you're proactive, and I like you taking action on this because
Dude, I think it's very important, and I think maybe like men don't talk about it as much, bro. Like I try to give it, where I can,
it's the game. It's the game.
So, but we were talking about that. Like we're talking.
Yeah.
So look right here. What it says? Yeah, compadre. Like, let me see.
Yeah, no,
I got you. Look,
I'm trying to help her read it.
GNC.
Bam.
What does it say right there?
Damn.
Bada bing,
So-
bada boom.
I
So-
stand corrected.
So what I'm trying to tell you is like, I think now in these days, I feel like como everybody. I don't know. I've always been a firm believer, right? Like
Yeah.
I talk to my brothers all the time. I tell them, I'm like, have you tried A? Have you tried B? Have you tried C?
Are they older or younger?
You didn't say
Younger.
that.
Okay.
Younger.
Don't put
Damn,
that
so
in.
what time out, bro? Your brothers
wait,
are younger and they need to start taking all that shit already, homie?
listen, bro. Like we're not
Are they
talking.
overweight or are
We're
they
not talking about gas station stuff, bro. What I'm talking about is like
the real
Yeah,
deal?
let's be-
I'm talking about,
vitaminas.
yeah, I'm talking about like
The shit from Turkey.
Right. If it's the shit from Turkey, if it's
The TJ stuff.
them stemmies, boy, they go a long way. Hey, girth, stamina. Wait.
Does it
Girth,
benefit women?
stamina. Yeah, because you could do it on your bro.
Yeah, everything.
No, because you say on your ankle, right? I gotta make that clear because it may not look. Yeah, like it helps you like
Everything.
kind of like
everything.
Regenerate.
Youth.
Regenerate. Youth.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking
Brings
about.
back that youth.
Hey,
So-
they do that in like the elite Hollywood.
Yeah, hey.
We're doing that shit, but not with that though.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
With the belt.
No way.
Okay, well, I mean, you're talking about okay.
way.
Well, I mean, shit, it's a new time.
God damn,
Bro, listen, it's a
Can't
new.
take his ass
Hey,
nowhere, bro.
Let me tell you this right now. It's a new time, bro.
Man, there's a lot of shit out there, bro.
But let me tell you
There's
this,
a lot of stuff out there.
bro. We're talking about TJ, right? And like
You sound
getting
very curious. You sound very, very
Wait,
curious.
let me tell you
I
this.
think he's
It's a new time, he
experimented.
said. It's a new time.
we good. We good.
Yeah.
We good over here. Trust me.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, we can come back to that too. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of any. I'm not scared of anything,
Yeah.
bro.
I ain't shy.
I'm open.
I ain't shy.
I'm open.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and.
Nobody is arguing that. Yes.
Bro, okay. So, and then let me just put this clear. This is how I am, right? This is a Celsius. This is not a drink. This is me. This is who I am, right? Okay. I mean, come on, bro. We're talking about TJ, right?
Yeah.
And there used to be brawls and all that. We're talking about that, right?
Everything.
What did we say? It was a different time.
Different time, bro.
You go to Baja Fest now. What did I say?
Oh man, homie.
If you're gonna-
Transformers, you better
Okay.
watch out.
No, it wasn't necessarily. Okay, I got you. It wasn't necessarily the transformer part. What it was is that if you do get into a fight,
Yeah.
y si te sueltan un beso, ¿qué pasó, right? So, no, because bro, this is legit. Bro, this is legit.
I know,
Bro,
like,
weren't
half of the shit
No,
that's
but
being
weren't
talked
we really?
about, right?
No,
I
it's
told
because
them they should have put a microphone earlier.
This is the
all
juice.
The real
Pass me one of yours, I
conversations
got you.
happened before the.
This is the juice stuff that, like, the
Yeah.
juicy stuff, dude.
Me tardé like 30 minutes. Me
Bro.
tardé.
Antes-
We're gonna write you up, girl.
Right,
Damn.
exactly. And okay, so that was one, right? Now, what was the other thing? Oh, the new time, right? The new
Yeah.
time. This is where we're
It's
gonna get
different now, bro.
The
It's
new
different.
stuff, right? So
And I can't really speak on that because I haven't been down there in a long time, bro. But I heard it's just from what I hear
yeah,
We talking
and the
about TJ?
stories that TJ.
no. Okay, I see you. No. Okay.
Go ahead,
talk.
go ahead,
No.
bro, go ahead.
You do it. No, you do
Go
your
ahead.
thing. You do your
Fill me
thing.
in. Fill me
No,
in.
because okay, cool.
Go ahead.
What are you
bro.
gonna say? What are you gonna say? Okay,
I lost my train of thought. Cheers, bro.
Cheers. All right, that's gonna be a new segment. If you forget your train of thought, it's cheers. What we're talking about, all right? That's what we're talking about. Was a new time, right? And like how, the belt.
Strap on, bitch.
Strap on. Yeah, I mean, come on, we like to call it a Batman belt. God damn it, it has to have a name. God damn it, right? So we're talking about the new times, right?
God,
Now in these days, bro, like before it was like, the gooch, like that was the thing, get the sloppy slop, right? You would get that, and then a gusto, pues, the gooch, whatever. Ya
Took a hard right.
ahorita, bro, now in these days, like, bro, like,
I
fuck
know.
around and come up with a fucking Batman outfit, like, and easily, no, hold on, bro. But we're talking about the new times, bro, right?
You bored is what it is because you started early.
What do you
You
mean?
started early. There's the consequences of starting early.
No, I'm saying they
You
come with
too bored too quickly.
they come back with the Batman
That's
outfit,
why we
right?
find ourselves in TJ.
They come back with the Batman outfit, right? Se ponen el cinto, right? Click it. Agárrate, cabrón. You're gonna go on a roller coaster, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's new times now these days on the like.
Yeah.
It's just It'd be different now.
We could literally like, turn this whole podcast into that.
No, that's just a splash sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta sometimes a veces en vez en cuando you just throw it a little bit. And then you just
see what happens a little bit.
Sometimes you just throw it a little bit. Then you just bring it back. You know, it's como cuando you're fishing, you know? Just chilling. You know? And not everybody's gonna want to put the Batman belt, right? So some fish.
So did your girl put the Batman belt on?
No, of course not. But I'm saying like some of the fishes that you catch, I'm being that serious. Some of the fishes you catch will come back with a Batman belt. You know what I mean? Like then you look at it and they got a Batman suit and you're like, holy shit. I think I know what this is, right?
Yeah.
And then you make a decision. Right? Then you say, what do I feel like, right? Okay. And then if you bring it, that's you.
Yeah.
You know, you change,
Yeah.
you know, the moral of the game, right? Or like fishing, right? You grab it. What do most fishers do?
Oh,
throw it back.
Throw him over
right?
back.
Come on.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
No bueno.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the new game now these days. And that's the best reference, right?
Yeah.
It's the Batman, right? You throw the... Right? Well, sometimes it depends, right? A veces you can bait them con... No. A veces you bait them with sushi, because every girl loves sushi, right? You put some...
Not every... But, yeah. Well,
I mean, but...
Sure.
Like, let's say, for example...
For the sake of your story, yes.
Okay, I suppose. But, like, let's say, for example, you're trying to be toxic, right? And you see a sushi story, you know goddamn well they didn't go to sushi with their boys. That's what I'm trying to refer to. Like, you're going to go to sushi with a girl, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's usually... Okay, whatever. Maybe that's not relevant.
Really?
But you throw it, right?
That's not a guy thing either?
Hell no. Well, I mean, I'm just talking about in the toxic community, right? They'll probably understand, right? Not... Okay, whatever, right? All right. Let's say it's probably sushi, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the only thing that I can think about. It could be sushi, and maybe it could be like one of the new lipsticks. Who knows how you're going to get it, right? But you throw it, right? You just chilling. It bites it. That's what it is, right? It comes back. You look at it. If it has a Batman outfit, it's up to you. That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? Y luego está como el Stitch, you know? Also, my American Bully.
Actually, you brought up a good point right
My
here.
American Bully. I got you. I promise you.
It's going to leave and then we're going to have to do
No.
it.
I got you.
Yeah.
My American Bully, I said I picked him because he got that.
I picked him.
Oh, my
Okay, go ahead.
God.
Go ahead.
I said it brings up a good point. I was kind of related back to your industry.
Gotcha.
It's like, this type of talk right here.
Yeah.
I'm just in the middle of it. I'm just like, I'm a side commenter of my own world right now. But okay, so I was going to say in this industry of remodeling, construction, and general contracting, is that what we just witnessed right now? Common, or is it more like toxic masculinity? Because this is what I'm hearing, and I know this for a fact. 100,000%.
Okay, that's pretty sure.
It's a lot of toxic masculinity happening in those industries. Or is it just union?
Are you talking about the...
Or is it like...
I think I see what you're talking about. You got to have my lunch at 4 a.m. and... Or what are you talking about? Are you talking about that? Like, if my coffee
Is that
is
how?
not...
Are you saying
if
how the guys talk with each other all the time?
Or what do you...
I wouldn't consider that toxic.
Oh, okay.
It's more
you talking about the bonding, like, between men?
No, not even. It's the unbonding between men. It's that, like, ego...
Alpha,
exactly.
beta.
Like,
I mean, because I've worked in the construction side of it. I did cement. I did roofing at one point before I found my industry.
You did the actual labor, or
I did the actual labor. Like, I actually worked with a union and stuff. I did carpentry. I did a few things. I did demo, right? Before I knew that I just knew that me... Well,
you're Rico Suave, and do your job, bitch.
The roofing side of it was crazy because I found out que un güey se cayó del building en la compañía that I was working with, right? So I was like, all right, yeah, hell no. And there was...
Did it happen to be in Richmond?
Yeah.
that shit happens all the time. It's common. It's common.
Hey, all I gotta say is,
Damn,
comes from that industry, right? The producer. I don't know if it's common. You can correct me or not. Pero tenían los tambos y tenían la escalera. We had to go to the second floor y con una mano. That's common. Okay, cool. And then as soon as I found out that motherfucker se cayó, bro, rest in peace, bro. Honestly, bro, how do
Shit.
we can't joke around about these things, right?
No,
Like
bro.
un padre nuestro, right? But as soon as I found out that alguien se murió in that
accident. Yeah.
era uno de los grupos that we're working with. As soon as I found that out, and obviously accidents happen
That's
all
tough,
throughout.
man.
That was my obviously end for the roofing part. But yeah, I actually did the labor side of it. But I always kind of like see my pops as like a role model. My pops worked at Jack in the Box. Then he slowly started transitioning into doing real estate. And then I think
No shit.
he either did real estate. Yeah, I think he did do real estate. And then I started seeing kind of like that shift, right? Not being there all the time. I mean, he still was working like a lot, but I started seeing him like in a tie, right? Like I started seeing him kind of
You
like
saw the transition.
yeah. So like maybe it could have been that, but like after a while, I was like, okay, maybe there's something in.
Let me ask you a question. You bring up a good thing though, bro. What caused him to start to think differently?
I mean, honestly,
because a lot of people, bro, and you bring that up, man. Our raza, bro, and I've seen it. I've been for many years, bro. But the one thing that I see is a lot of guys. If I know a guy, for example, that I was in high school with, right? 5 years after high school, he was the same exact person. He didn't think different, right? Fast forward 10 years, he was the same exact person. He didn't think different, right?
Yeah.
But now back to your dad though. Then you have the guy that somehow something like, said, I'm gonna think a little different. I'm gonna do a little different.
It's
and they
just
start to climb up the ladder of the social.
Right? He can't accept what it is.
Yeah.
He has to change.
And we're supposed to though, right? I think we're all supposed to change. That's
well,
how
maybe
life is.
somewhere along the lines, a person that never changed is never hearing that you could change.
Right.
Yeah.
They just don't have-
What do you think it was for your dad, bro?
So I think probably for my pops, one, he obviously came from Michoacan. Like my grandparents were obviously still in Mexico. They didn't have the availability to like come over here because, you need like a visa and all that, right? I mentioned I have 3 sisters, right? And then pues myself. Y I remember going from like a small apartment, right? It might have been like a 1-bedroom to like a bigger apartment. It was a 2-bedroom from a house, renting a house.
So you saw the evolution, bro.
Yeah, so I started slowly seeing like, I feel like as a provider, you have to be able to go ahead and kind of like give like your family security and say like, you know what? Like
100%.
we may start here, but we're going to go ahead and end here, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously have more. I think the good thing about my pops, then he invested in this house that that he lives now in Oakland. He went from that to investing into property. Now he has property in Michoacan. Now he has property in Guadalajara. Now he has.
Good for him, bro.
I don't know if it's like
Good for him.
one that he's renting like multiple, pero like algo que yo miré is that he slowly started doing,
bro.
But
hey,
I think
cheers to your pops, bro.
Cheers to that.
There you
For
go.
reals, man.
Cheers.
Because you honestly, bro, you don't hear that story too often. It's not very common in our culture, bro.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I try to preach to a lot of my people is like I tell my guys, I don't want you married to me, bro. Right? Use this as a stepping stone to wherever you're trying to go.
Exactly.
Right? Leave a good reputation here. So for in some case, 5 years from now, it doesn't work out for you, or you take a hard left and something goes bananas, you have a home here. And if I have room to bring you back, I'll bring you back. Right? Leave that window open.
Yeah, people are so used to burning their bridges.
Yeah,
and then they can't come back, unfortunately.
But to your pops, bro, I mean, the fact that he was able to elevate himself and to think different and to push himself, right? Yeah. I'm sure he didn't have the best education in the world, but I'm sure he had the best work work ethic.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure he understood that he wanted more for the kids, for the family.
Yeah.
Right. And I wish that's the one thing, bro, that I really tried to influence with men around me or the men that work with me or for me is trying to get them to always think different, man, to think more, right? Think outside of the box. Don't always think right here, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
what do you think is missing though?
Honestly, bro, that's an easy question for you, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Like I can tell you right now, man, I come from a mother that she was raised in a farm. With 3 sisters, her mom, her what I recently understood now, and I'm starting to understand how she was, right? She was raised with a father that was a drunk that would beat her every night, right? So one day she woke up and said her mom left, and one day she said, you know what? I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna leave Nayarit and I'm gonna follow my mom to Tijuana. Whatever happened to her or her travel from there to there, she made it. How she made it, what she went through, I don't know. Right? But from there, she crosses over the border, right? She has 3 kids, right? Every relationship failed on her for whatever reason. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Right? But the one thing that I respect her for is she had the courage to leave and to try, right? My mom didn't have the education, right? So she didn't, my mom naturally, my whole life, I never heard my mom tell me I love you. Never. She never kissed me. She never gave me a hug that I could remember.
Yeah.
Right? It was always tough love. And now that I'm older, I look at it, what did she go through to be that type of person? You dig what I mean? So she only knew so much.
She only knew what was being given to her.
Right, but
love,
at the end of the day, she did her best. Whether her best is this amount, or that amount, she did her best to give her kids the best opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me rest internally with her. Right? Like, so I try to play now in my life. What I do now, bro, is I play perspective now.
Exactly.
Right? So I'm like, if I was, how would I think if I were you in your situation? How would I think if I were you in your situation? And try to understand how you look at the world from what you're in. And then go from there. And that's one.
Versus like, this is how you do it, such and such, because it may not apply to
Yeah. So that's the one thing.
Emotional intelligence.
That's the one thing I do with my kids, right? And I try to teach them all the time. Right? I teach them how to play chess, right? Each chessboard, each piece on the chessboard has a different perspective. They see the field differently, right? So you have to learn how to adapt to each one. If this one makes this move, does it become vulnerable? And if it does, who can protect it?
Yeah.
Right? From this angle. So you have to look over here.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So one thing a lot of people don't understand is they don't know how to play perspective. And I think that's one thing naturally, since I was a child, I understood. Like, why is this dude mad at me right now? Right? Yeah. Let me put myself in his shoes and try to understand. Did I disrespect him?
Exactly. And that's really good, because then you are able to say completely, like, disassociate yourself from their perspective and don't take it personal.
Yeah.
And don't actually take that reactive.
And that's what most.
It's an instinct, right?
But that's what most people do, is they take it personal. Like, that's one thing that I've learned the last 10 years, bro, is really understand. I try not to take anything personal, bro. I don't know what's going on in your life, bro.
Exactly.
Right? I don't know if you just lost your mom. I don't know if you just lost your child. Right? I don't know if you just lost your job.
Yeah.
Right? So I really, and it's a challenge for me still to this day, and that's one thing that I'm trying to work on every day.
You got to interrupt your thought every
so
time.
I try to stop myself and be perspective on things, right?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I know you said the word ego. That's one thing that I wrestle with every day, my ego and my pride.
And then
but learning as a man how to stop that shit is a challenge.
And the crazy thing about ego too is, like, ego feeds you, right?
Yeah.
Like, ego, like, you can go ahead and step into a room.
Te echa porras.
No. You know? Ego, you can step into a room, and if you convince yourself just that much that you can go ahead and throw it down with absolutely anybody, you will. sometimes the ego does help you like with that, right?
100%,
Like
bro.
you'll go ahead and it don't even got to be with that. It could be with like
Anything.
even like a business journey, right?
Anything.
But if you don't keep that on check, right?
It can turn
you
into.
don't have like an ego death in the sense.
So
Yeah.
if you go to my house, I have this saying. It's the battle of the two wolves, right? The one that's gonna win is the one that you feed every day, right? So you have your good wolf and you have your bad
I like
wolf,
that analogy.
right? And I read that shit every day sometimes before I leave the house because it reminds me, right? I have a tendency. I have bad habits, bro, right? I come from a really fucked up background, right? And there's some times where I catch myself if someone's looking at me, if a dude's looking at me kind of foul, if I don't catch myself, I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at, bro?
Yeah.
Right? I don't give a fuck who you are, where you're from, or what you're doing, bro. Don't ever look at me like that. But if I don't catch myself, I lose that battle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why I like to read that. So it brings me back to a humble state. Like the devil is in our lives, bro, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't care who you are or what you are. You have a decision every fucking
Day.
Now, what wolf you decide to feed is the one that's gonna win. And until the last 4 years of my life, bro, I've never been more conscious and more aware of what wolf I'm feeding. Yeah. I want to feed love, respect, honor.
What you lead with, what you're listening to.
Everything. What I'm listening to, what I'm reading, right? What I'm putting in my body.
How do you feel about like also like because we're talking about obviously ego, right? And then ego also has
I'm about to I really need to go.
Yeah, straight to your left.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because also like ego also has como se dice what is that one thing to be humble? How do you feel also about being like way too humble?
No, and
because you have to like that also plays a part too, right? Like you also have to have a fine balance, right?
Yes.
I don't know if that goes into like the the good wolf, the bad wolf, or what wolf are you feeding, but also being way too humble, I guess it doesn't get reciprocated all that well, and I don't know if that comes in that is mixed with the ego too. But see, me entiendes? Like I feel like it also has like like if you're too humble, a veces gente
that can hurt you. It can hurt you.
Yeah, and if let's say for example you're not all that humble, then you may also like take 10 steps forward, right? Yeah. So
yeah.
So what do you think about that?
That's a good one, bro. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, bro. One thing that I have learned is if I'm too nice, people take advantage of it, right? So I've learned when to cut that off, right? If I feel a person is taking advantage of my kindness, then I show them who I could be. And then I let them understand, you can have this Danny or you can have this Danny, but don't fuck with me. Don't disrespect me. Don't take advantage of my kindness. Because if you take advantage of my kindness, then I'll show you a different animal.
It's kind of like that one saying too, like, or I don't know, like I listened to this in a podcast where this one dude has said, he was like, if you're playing me on my character, I'm gonna grab you, I'm gonna bring you to the middle, and I'm gonna show you pretty much like as an example, like pretty much like don't mess with me.
Don't fuck with me, bro.
Yeah.
Right. I'm honestly, man, like even before what happened in my life, I've always been a cool dude, bro. I've always tried to be respectful. One thing as I learned as a child is respect early, right? This guy named Jerome King, he was a big black dude, bro. He was an ex ball player for the Boston Red Sox. He had some kind of hip injury, but he lived in the hood, man, and he was a correctional officer. This man would come out and play with the neighborhood kids where he'd throw the football with us, but he taught us respect. A lot of us didn't have fathers or family. He taught us what respect meant, how to talk to people, how to look at people, right? How to cut grass, how to fight, right? How to handle yourself in a traumatic situation, right? Not to panic, right? A lot of people, what they lack today is respect, bro. If you don't have respect, if you don't have respect, bro, you're never gonna get it, and you're never gonna earn it from anyone, man. So if you don't know what respect is, I would advise to any man,
But do you
bro.
think it's like social media in a sense? Because like,
Yeah.
so ahorita you don't.
It has
Nothing is confrontational in a sense. Everything is more like comment based. Everything is DMs. Now you have like fake profiles, right?
Well, I tell you,
so much.
I'll tell you the simplest one, bro. I'll tell you the simplest one.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say my friend, but
Acquaintance.
a customer.
Okay.
I go into their house
Mhm.
and their kid is like this
Mhm.
on the iPad.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm walking in there as a guest,
Mhm.
right? And I say hi. Walks right past me.
Mhm.
What is it's not the kid's fault.
Mhm.
What is the parent lacking right there?
Yeah, it's not teaching them.
You're not teaching them, bro.
Yeah.
You're not teaching your kid respect.
Mhm.
Hey, if someone's coming into your house, bro, put the fucking laptop down.
Mhm.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Nice to meet you. You want some water, right? There goes the restroom.
You want a beer?
Anything.
You want some chips?
Whatever it is. But it starts with the parents, bro. Right? And a lot of people want to fucking say it's Instagram or the music or whatever's going out there. At the end of the day, bro, if you're a father and you're saying it's because of music he listens to,
But no,
who's allowing him to listen to that music?
But even I guess where I was going with like even Instagram is that Instagram, I feel like it's a new time kind of thing. See, me entiendes? Like Instagram, everybody has a new app. See, me entiendes? Where you can kind of like hide behind it, create a fake profile. See, me entiendes? Like, so I feel like people are learning that as it goes. It's kind of like the new robots that are going to be built now, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, the Elon Musk is doing, they say like in the next 5 to 30 years, I'm probably bugging. It's probably like the next 5 years that everybody's going to have a robot in a sense. They are worth
We
30K.
already do. What do you mean?
Well, like
a search engine is you mean like the ones that move?
The one that like you tell them like, hey, can you puedes planchar esa camisa? And then there you're not toxic, right? You're not a super masculine guy. You're like, me puedes planchar la camisa? Yes, baby. It's gonna tell you, right? Or papi, have you word it right? Then it's gonna go and it's la.
He's gonna dress him up as Batman, bro.
Hey, so we do have this. No, we throw that one back in the water. Remember? Come on, what are we doing?
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Take that one back to Texas.
This don't work, bro.
Exactly.
This don't work.
Exactly. But where I'm going with that is like now
mean,
you're gonna have like robots too, right? Where like, you know, like,
and that's a challenge though, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, you have a child.
yeah.
So you're telling me that it's okay to let? But hold on. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying perspective, right? A lot of man, and I hate to say it, a lot of these young parents, bro, they're not aware of what's happening with their kids, what they're listening to, what
You think it's a lack of discipline, maybe, or?
Well, I mean, again, bro. Like,
no, I think we all just like live our own lives.
Every house is
our
different.
focus is not on like raising our kids.
Got it.
Not all of us.
Like full time. You know what I'm saying? We have to part-time everything because everybody in the household now has to work. It's not just the dad. It's also the mom who has to work. So you are letting somebody else raise your kids, whether it's a school, whether it's TVs, YouTube, commercials will teach you a lot.
That's where I was gonna go with the robot part.
TikTok now. I mean,
but that's where I was going with.
That's everything.
That's where I was going with the robot. Like, let's say, and let's paint a scenario, right? Now you're gonna have robots that are gonna be able to influence in a sense, right? Like, antes it was a nanny, right?
Now it's ChatGPT.
Andale. Let's say a nanny was just smoking some pokes. Right? No, I'm just saying, like, right? Let's say she was just smoking some pokes outside, right? Then you have some little, who knows, you know, just some knives, right? And then, you know, like maybe that influence came from that, but now you have robots.
Yeah.
You never know what these robots are learning, right?
We don't know, bro.
Whoa.
We don't know.
They got a Batman outfit.
It can be worse than that, though. It can be worse than that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, or you know what Joe Rogan actually said in this podcast? He said that, I think he was talking to like the president or no, I think it was like Elon Musk. He was like, will the robots be able to like have or be a security You know, like, do you foresee that? Like, you know, like, it could be like a celebrity. You have like
No,
robot security.
imagine somebody hacking that.
I was just
It's
gonna.
too much. Like that's why I won't even drive Teslas because no, I'm too conscious.
Gotcha.
You don't want to kill me ASAP.
Yeah,
And I'm on the other side. I actually love Tesla, but the robot side of it, it would be like more for like the little, you know, like if I wanted to wash some dishes or
or sweep the floor.
I mean,
right?
it's because like,
But it's like our phone. Our phone is taking pictures of us every 15 seconds,
and they're
20
listening,
seconds.
and they're listening to.
So a robot is gonna have full access.
And you know the feature now too is that you can actually download an app, and when you're getting, it actually times your. No, I'm serious. Yeah, be thinking I'm playing. Oh, let me get some chips.
We don't think you're playing. You are so for real right now.
All right, I'm trying to get on.
He's so for real right now. We should just have a sex segment for him, just reserved.
Knucklehead.
We never go around that. I think.
Lay's, I got some Fritos.
Okay.
Help yourself, brother. Help yourself.
You want some?
I'm good. I'll hold on to one.
I mean, look, we've had in the past, like a pizza kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where we had like somebody eating the pizza, and you know, one of the realtors actually pulled out a hot Cheeto from like my pocket and ate it. Kid you not?
Yeah,
bro.
no
Like,
shit.
Pulled out a hot Cheeto. I was like, dude, it's about that time, you know.
Old ass hot Cheeto too, bro.
Old ass hot Cheeto. That shit was crispy, boy. I mean, it was from the gas
Washed in
station.
your pants and everything.
I think it was like the liquor store.
Yeah.
Them liquor stores too. They be having them.
Boy, man.
They be having them honeys too.
Yeah. A little bit of everything, bro.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about like the honey is like you get to put it in like your Starbucks drink.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So let me ask you. You still live in Oakland, or you live in
Not
Stockton?
from the town.
I am from the town, woman. I'm born and raised in Oakland.
You said something about San Leandro y...
Oh, San Leandro, where? What? I said, oh, but
How do you feel about all the teams leaving Oakland, bro?
Yeah.
I lived in '98. What are we talking about here? San Leandro? Where do we get San Leandro from? I used to cut hair in San Leandro.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do that. But
You know, in some universe, we met each other, but didn't know it was us.
I did say that. Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah.
So he actually asked us like
How'd you guys?
how we got together, and I said this story so many times, but one thing that I didn't say is that you know, when we had you as a guest and we entertained the idea about like bringing somebody as like, you know, like a co-host, is that, you know, before even knowing that I had already met you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I told him, I was like, dude, she sent me a video of me cutting your son's hair.
We started
no shit.
almost 4 years ago. We were doing this. I was a guest on their show. Okay.
So at the very beginning, right? That's kinda when you started?
2020. Yeah, 2020.
This was like season two. Yeah.
2020. And so 4 years later, like just a couple months ago, I'm going through like these old pictures of my son and my son's first, second, third haircut, and when he was a toddler. I don't know why I have all these videos, right?
Like,
And I was like, wait a second. That's fresh.
I'm hella skinny too, bro.
That's
Yeah?
crazy. So like, we had already met without meeting each other a lot longer.
knowing.
Extended too, bro. I'm like, dude, I did cut hair there. And then I was like, boy, you bugging. And she sent the video. I'm like, bro, that is fucking me, bro. Yeah, no, seriously. It's me hungover as shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to go there, bro. Sometimes like, oh, I don't even. Dude, don't get it wrong. Like
Fucking up everybody's haircut,
I'm
huh?
appreciative. I'm appreciative, like 100%, because they obviously gave me the opportunity to like cut hair there. You know, you got to be thankful, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Bro, I was young, right? You would go to clubs. It'd be the next day. It'd be like an hour of sleep.
Wow.
Right? Probably still had cum in your shorts.
Oh,
right?
man.
No, like I'm being.
100%.
It happens. I mean, that's what we're talking about, right?
You
Like,
just ruined my meal.
I'll join you. Okay.
Yeah.
So, it's something that, like, you know, it legitimately, like,
Yeah.
what happened? Plus, you're young. Plus, you're
Right on.
you're out and going out and stuff like that. But
Ain't that a trip, man? Like you look back sometimes and realize the dumb shit you did when you were a kid.
You know what's
right?
Yeah.
You guys ever do that once in a while? Like,
I
God
don't
damn, that motherfucker was stupid.
Hey,
Oh God,
I don't regret.
man.
I don't regret though.
Nah.
Believe it or not, like
Nah.
there is something that probably like God is gonna be like, damn, like why you had to have sex outside the church. But like for the most part, like no, like
He don't live in the church. He
Yeah.
live everywhere with us. What you mean?
I get it, but still, like, ain't it like sort of like holy kind of thing? Like when you go in there, like
You didn't have to leave
when
your
you-
juices there, bro.
When you go to church, don't you like, like get ready and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, I'm about to go in there. You know, everybody se baña. You know, like
Yeah.
like
Y
There's
aquí,
honestly-
aquí tú fornicando en el lado.
that day it was just like I had to, bro. Like, and you know it's crazy because I did say it in one of the podcasts. I was like, I thought about it. I was talking to God, maybe not for the right reasons.
Yeah.
At one point, I was talking to God about sex, bro. And like, you know, I did say that, right? Like, bro, I'm being dead serious, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be like an advocate for
Yeah, I
like,
told you we need to reserve time for this because he's just gonna keep going.
I'm not being an advocate for certain things, but I'm just saying, like, you know, you have your relationship how it comes, right? and there's things that I'm probably
This fool.
there's things that probably like I did.
You want
Yeah.
some chips?
No, I'm good.
There's things that I probably did, and maybe it's not like.
We all
Good,
have those
but-
stories.
But I will
we all
say I
have those
don't regret
stories.
it though,
Yeah.
because it's like it. comes from,
Everybody.
like, dude, it's like some good ass stuff. Like,
Uh-huh.
what are you gonna tell like your nephews like later when they get like older? You're gonna be like, dude, like.
Yeah.
You get to tell them stories. Like, my grandpa had nothing but nonsense stories. Like, his whole thing was like war stuff. Don't get it wrong. Like,
Yeah.
he had a veterans, good. But, you know, like, he did a lot of good. But what I'm saying is, like, he was kind of cuckoo in a sense.
Yeah.
Versus, like, giving us stories of, like, how he grew up. And,
Once upon a time, I was a hoe.
I mean, something, right? Like,
It's more interesting than like
if you was to,
I pulled that gun on that man.
tell me,
I
like,
got two at the same time.
dude, if you was to tell me, like, you know what, you gotta pinch it a little bit before you go in there, like, something, bro, like, now, like, I'm starting to, like, you know, wait, I mean, this is the truth, right? Or, like, que me fuera a decir, like, okay, like, I get it, que
Right.
frijoles de la olla is the best,
Yeah.
but I had a little horny go with that, with the coffee, right? Like, little things, bro, I know that would have gone maybe, like,
Yeah.
you know, like, so, like, my nephews, like, I tell my sisters be giving me this look sometimes, and I'm like, don't you be dating this?
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you telling them? I'm like, I'm just looking out, you know? And then also I tell, like, my aunties get mad when I tell them, like, hey, why is that shampoo, like, wait, why is that shampoo running out more than the conditioner, right? These are things that I'm like, dude, it's just normal, right? Like, okay. Whatever.
He went on. I don't know what he.
That's my. Well, we kind of just started talking about.
No, you.
Not everything is bad.
You say we, but it was you.
Yeah, no, he brought it up. He brought. I swear, this doesn't mean shots. Bro. This means that fight, right? This, what the
Clack,
the
baby.
Stemmies.
Hey,
These
man.
Stemmies.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
No, the stemmies, bro. Like, bro.
There's got to be a side effect to that.
To stem cells.
There's got to
Do
be.
you understand
Unless
how
you're
many?
unless you're overdoing that shit. You know
Unless
what
you
I'm
do like two. Yeah.
Fucking
Right?
Incredible Hulk, goddammit.
Apenas te pego hasta acá. La verga.
Ripping through your shorts and everything.
Oh, bro, that's a good one.
Ta-da, ta-da.
Bro, god damn. Nah, but honestly, bro, a lot of like it's the celebrities, a lot of like people that play sports, that play soccer, and they're running all day.
Yeah.
They're the ones that get stem cells. Basketball players. I think LeBron. I think LeBron did do stem cells.
Probably, bro.
Joe
Probably.
Rogan,
For him to be
Kobe
playing.
Bryant,
Wow.
all them do that. Like it's helpful.
Gotta
Hey,
look
man,
into
you can't blame them though. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
They're
the
doing it.
best. We never know. Like it may like we
We
may
won't
come
know
up
for
with
a few
something
years.
that's like, yeah, we may come up with something that's better.
I mean, look at fucking Magic Johnson. He's had AIDS for fucking 50 years and he's still living, bro. You know what I'm saying? What the hell was he been taking since the fucking 80s and 90s? You know what I mean?
There may be some hidden recipes.
Don't know. Don't know. But of course, he's privy to more things than we are. You know what I'm saying?
You want to know something crazy? Like, and I'm gonna probably just like leave it at this, unless like I'm obviously giving you space to like talk about this stuff. But one thing about my grandpa, that I will say, right? Este cabrón was like 69 years old, bro. And you know the thing. This is not okay. I'm just throwing it out. This is not okay. In Mexico,
Yeah.
it's a different time, right? Not like the fucking fish that you get Batman, right? Throw that motherfucker back in there. But you know how like allá there was no age gap? Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know where I'm going with this. My grandpa, like, I swear I remember, well, at least I heard stories that he would be like, because he owns property and stuff like that. Y pues tenía sus novias y todo eso.
Everywhere.
The thing about
They wanted free rent, bro. Free rent.
He would come down this way. Bro, no se le quitaba el hijo de su puta madre. Like, to this day, I can talk to my mom, and we can be talking about, like, they're going to, like, the doctor, todo eso. He'd be looking at the, you know, at the nurses and be like, so, like, he was 69, he was 70 plus, and he, bro.
He goes back then.
He was going crazy still, bro. So, it may be something in
genetics.
It could be genetic. Well, he did have a big nose, but... Well, okay.
Wait, what? There's a correlation between them two?
That's where the mojo is at. That's what we normally like to say.
Yo, that why is that so right?
So where I'm going with it is like, and at the same time, siempre tenía frijoles de la olla too. And he would always be like, hey, like, you eating the wrong stuff. Get your frijoles de la olla.
Natural shit.
Yeah, maybe
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Bro, you know, bro, you bring up a good fucking subject, though, right? I mean,
which one out of all of them?
No, because reality, bro, America is the most sickest country in the world, bro. We produce the most sickest kids, right? The most unhealthiest people, bro. That's a
also
fact.
Us eating chips and drinking beer right now.
But you go to Mexico, they don't have a fucking a pharma problem over there, bro.
Yeah,
they don't have the problems that we have over here.
The energy that they're putting in farming.
Really think about it. Whether if it's Mexico, let's just say Southern America, right? South America. Yeah. We produce a lot of drugs down there. They don't have the drug problem that we have here in America. Right. Why? What are they doing different? Why do you think that is? I've always asked that question. Why is that? If they produce it literally in their backyard, how come there's not kids 8, 10, 15, 20 years old running around? If you go to fucking San Francisco, you see fucking zombies everywhere, bro. Everywhere. Look at what's happening in Seattle, bro. It's free drugs. Come up to the... Look at what's happening over there. Is it Portland, Oregon? I'm sorry.
No way.
Right? Yeah, dude. Look at what's happening, bro. You got a whole district of people just fucking walking around like zombies. Fentanyl, fucking meth, whatever they want, bro. How come Mexico doesn't have that problem? What do they do? What are we doing different over there?
I think you do see it.
Huh?
They don't get checked over there.
Who knows, bro?
I think you do see it.
I don't know. But it's not in plain sight like it is here.
Well,
you know?
Allá está dando tu levantón. That's what it is.
Got their social, they get checks.
Maybe, bro. I mean...
So they don't got to work hard to survive like that.
Pero también like kids over there, less cancer, right? Less diabetes, right? All that shit, bro. All that shit is so much.
So we eat a lot. It's in our food.
Yeah, I mean, it's a.
When we eat a McChicken, we're eating like 1,000 chickens at one time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all like revoltijo and shit. Same thing with our burgers. You know, we're eating more than one cow. Over there, it's grass-fed. The cow has been loved and nurtured, and the energy has been given. So, of course, the energy that's going to give back is a good energy.
It's a good point.
That's where I was going to go with it. How do you guys feel about the carnivore diet?
I mean, I think our body can consume it. So I think we're naturally supposed to consume it.
But how do you think it's, like, sustains, like... You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
This
Where are you going?
motherfucker right here takes a chip and you look at the camera. So what do you think about the carnivore diet?
Ah, shit.
Say away.
This is true.
We know where this is going again.
Bro, it's been a long ass week. You said it.
Hell
It's been a long ass week.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We got a snack, not regret. Also was like, you want some pizza? I was like, no, I'm okay. I had pasta. I regret not taking that pizza.
God damn,
Yeah.
bro.
Okay, but how do you feel about it?
About what? Carnivore diet?
Yeah.
With, hey,
This is not a chip.
Honestly,
This is not a chip.
but honestly, I really don't really have a stance on it, man. You know what I mean? I really, whatever it is you do, you choose to do, right? You know what I mean? I love steak. I can eat steak every fucking day of my life if I could, bro.
They say there's like
right?
superpowers behind the carnivore diet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to go plant-based or like vegan, vegetarian?
No.
No, it
My
has
daughter did it for
Is that
4
better?
years.
No.
She did it for 4 years, and one day she woke up and said, "Man, I can't fucking do this no more.
It's
I need
hard
some,
to
I need some
sustain it.
food, man. I need some." And now she's fucking eating steak with us and chicken,
She wants
but
carne asada.
yeah, bro,
That's the best, bro.
it's the best. It's the best, you know.
I never asked you. Are you from here?
From San Diego,
Oh,
Southeast
you're
San
from.
Diego.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bigger Mexican?
What brought you out here?
Work. I had the opportunity. I worked for a company that did this in San Diego. So the guy that was in their office up here in San Jose was fucking up, and they ended up firing him. So I put my hat. I was like, "Hey, man, I want to become a supervisor here in San Diego, but there's already guys who have superiority over here." Right, so I'm willing. At the time, I had so many distractions in San Diego. Me and my wife just had a child. My girlfriend at the time, we just had a child, and I just had a lot of dumb stuff happening in my life. So I just said, you know what, man, it's time for me to get the hell out of here. This
That was your
opportunity.
first risk, yeah.
So we opportunity came up and moved up here to San Jose.
Do you think that that's what jump started everything?
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think if I'd have stayed there, I would have went further down the other avenue. You know what I'm saying?
All I can think about right now is that people about to be listening to this podcast and I'm like, damn, so he's está comiendo las papitas. It's like, it's that moment where like you're in school, you know, tienes las papitas y you're trying to yell and quiet.
that's how I felt earlier. It is what
can
it
hella
is.
hear you fucking,
Yeah,
like, smack your
fucking
mouth.
I'm
smack
sure
it,
also
bro.
can turn it off at some moments.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
man. But I hear you though, bro.
But yeah, I came up here and then turned the shop around up here. They only had 2 technicians, and then I fucking went to work. I did what I did, and fast forward, fucking 2016. I just said, man, this is some bullshit. This ain't happening no more.
Yeah,
You know,
it's so much. It's only so much you can take,
Yeah.
right? When you start to feel used, and then you turn it right back, and you
Yeah.
gotta. That's on you. Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, my biggest problem was
Basically.
I was living paycheck to paycheck. You know, fucking shit. Living paycheck to paycheck, and I was doing all the work, you know, like just don't. My math ain't mathing no more, bro. We got to do something. He was like, basically, fuck you, you know. If you want it, it's there. If you don't, then get the fuck out of here. Then that's when I went home and I put the game plan together and said, this is what we're gonna
That's
do.
important too, though, because it's like not every.
But then you know,
behind it, también, like you come through challenges and you're like, what do I want to do? Like,
but you know, bro, like so 2 years after everything happened, I was fucking like, I used that as an anger tool to work even harder to build what we built here. But I eventually got to the point where like, damn, bro, thank you for doing that. Thank you for being an asshole, bro.
Yes.
Because if you would have never done that, if you would have never done that,
you don't see it at the time, but
no,
then
that's what I'm saying.
when you see it, you're like, that's why it had to happen.
I appreciate that shit now, you know? So now, like, sometimes I want to call him and be like, bro, I hated your ass, bro, but I fucking appreciate you because
man.
by you doing that, you created this fucking monster that
So
just
like,
went crazy.
it's like, no, don't feel pity for me that I went through all these hard things.
Yeah.
It's what literally made me.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it made you like step up to the plate and take the challenge or to, you know, do the thing that took you there.
You know, I mean, coming from the hood, like, I didn't know anybody who had a business.
Right.
The only business, like I tell people, is like the only one you were expected to get is on the corner selling rocks.
Or los paleteros.
You know what I'm saying?
Like some humble,
Yeah, but
oh yeah,
selling
that
rocks,
ain't that
bro.
humble.
You know what I'm saying? But that shit that's cool for a little bit, but that money come out of your hand like butter, big dog.
Right.
Right? Yeah, that shit's gonna last for a little while.
As fast, exactly. As fast
Real
as it
quick,
comes,
bro.
it leaves fast too. Because
Right?
that's the value you put. Like, I can make that in a day.
Yeah. That's
I have a question.
yeah.
You mentioned your wife a few times.
Yeah.
What's her role in all of this? Like, I'm sure it hasn't been easy for her.
Oh no.
To sustain this teamwork, because it is a team.
100%.
You know, wherever you're, whenever you're down here, she's got to kind of like help raise you, and vice versa, right? So like, how is she doing with all these changes? And
Ooh, I put her through.
she also went from San Diego to up here.
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up, man. Michelle's her name. I call her Mama Bear, right? That literally what she was, because she went through every episode with me, right? She literally kept me above water, right? And when I tell you, like when I was going through my sobriety, trying to get cleaned up, she was in the house with the devil every fucking day. You know what I mean? But she's my right-hand man.
Yeah.
Right? She's my best friend, right? She is my love, right? I respect her like no other. Everything that we do together.
Right.
Every idea that comes to me, I run it through her, and I want to hear your input. What do you think? Right? Yeah. And every time we accomplish a goal, I always tell her what's next.
Yeah.
What are we doing next?
Yeah.
What's the next thing?
Okay.
Right? Whether
so she respects your hustle.
100%.
Is she part of the business?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the office manager. She makes sure this one is running.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you win, I win. If she wins, you
100%.
win.
That's the best way, though.
100%.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that fold when it comes to like family businesses. And let's be real. It's a lot of drama in people's families, right?
Yeah.
So like, what would you give, what's your consejo to somebody that's trying to build a family business? Because I think it starts at a lot of people out here trying to start something.
Man, no. That's a good question.
Because that is the saying too. Like, don't mix.
And it's family to family, right? It's family to family, so it won't be the same for every single family.
Me and her, we were different, right? Because I met her at the job that did tub reglazing in San Diego. So we met as friends, right? Relationship built. But one thing that I liked about her is she was very responsible. She was hardworking, right? And I think not only that, the way she carried herself, but she was a complete opposite of my energy. I'm very, if you knew me back then, I was very fucking high. I was high all the time. I was just move. And she was my stability.
Mellow.
Very mellow, the opposite, right? Hey, let's think about it, right? Let's take a calculated risk, right? Let's freeze here, Danny. I know you're going crazy, but if you do this, what are the things that could happen that can go wrong? She was a person that introduced me to stop and think. Where before, I just rolled the fucking dice.
Yeah.
If I won, I won. If I didn't, I didn't. But I'm going to keep going, right? I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep moving.
Didn't you think that was annoying? And if so, how did
If I was her?
Nah, like just like somebody
for her.
making you stop.
Oh no, it was a fight. It was a constant fight, right?
Yeah.
It was a constant. I was always irritated with her.
Right.
But when I got to the point and I started to understand perspective, I understood where she was coming from.
Well, things were going
and she
in
wasn't
the right
at the beginning. I thought she was trying to hurt me. Right? But then I understood that she was trying to help me, but she was just trying to make me think a little differently.
Right.
Right?
That's what we don't see.
Yes.
Is like the ugly part of it. We see what the persistent and consistency gets you, but you don't really see like, well, how did it look?
Right. And she can become, she was a very complacent person too, right? She's very comfortable in her space. And I'm the type of dude that says, no, fuck that. You're better in this. We're going to push. And she would fight. And I'm like, no, you're going to fucking push. If this is going to work out, this is what I need from you. And this is how you're going to do it.
Yep.
Right? And then she would do the same thing with me. Like, hey, if this is gonna fucking work out, then you need to slow down a little bit. Just hear me.
So there was some tough love.
So no, it was very, but that's what made us a powerhouse couple.
Yeah.
Is she was scared to confront me but she always confronted me. Where I come from, I never had someone
She
confront me.
brave, because you can't define brave without fear.
Yeah, straight up,
Yep.
right? Like, I never had people confront me. I never had people tell me no. And she was the first person to look at me, fucking fear in her eyes, but she was still there to say, no, that we're not gonna do that, right? And that's one thing that I fell in love with, right? Because as scared as she was, in her eyes, she had courageousness, right? And that's how we built all this, right? Is we found a rhythm. And that's why I can't really give consejos to people, because if you don't really understand it, if you don't feel it, if it's not engaged, if it's not connecting, it's not gonna work.
And what if you both are the same too?
Well, but see, that's the thing, though. Me and her, we weren't. We were completely different. She came from a house full of love, big family, cousins. They celebrated Christmases and fucking turkey and Halloweens and birthdays. And I come from the complete opposite, the gutter, stealing and robbing and fucking hurting people and cheating on people and doing dumb shit. And she gave me that balance.
That's
right?
real.
And that's one thing, bro. Like, when I really started to pay attention to that, I understood this is a great woman here. I cannot fuck this up. Right? And then she took my son in as her own. Yeah. I mean, if we were to ask her right now, if you had to pick one of these motherfuckers from falling off the cliff, who you picking? She's gonna pick him over me. And that's how much she loves him. And that's not his. That's not her biological son.
Her investment.
Right?
That's also her love.
But
that's
that tells
her
you
time.
who she is inside. Right? And a lot of people who ask me that question, like, I want to go into business and I want to go with my husband, and I can see within 5 minutes, oof.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I've already seen some like that just don't they fall like in like the business is super successful, but it's just not sustainable.
Because you either have like a jealous person.
Yeah, well, and that's
it ain't even
she would always remind me. Like, she would, when we got our biggest paycheck, right? We had $100,000 paid ourselves, right? She was the first one to say, remember, we got to be smart here, right? Eventually, we need to retire. We need to send some of the kids to college. We need to pay off our bills. We need to be very smart, right? Danny, this crazy motherfucker, no, we got to go fucking party. We got to go buy the biggest car on the fucking road. We got to go do this and we got to do that. That's where she became my stability.
Do you think you would have went this far without somebody like her?
No. I'll be honest with you. I would have crashed and burned. I would have.
That's why your person is important. Your person
100%.
is a reflection of you in many ways. So that they don't have to look the same.
I'll tell you right now, if I were to drive down the road, bro, if I were to drive down the road and I died, she would continue running this shit, no problem.
No problem.
That's how badass she is. Right? She'd hurt and she'd cry and she'd go through her shit.
I want to meet her. I want to meet.
Yeah, she was here earlier. Yeah. She's my right hand man. She is a true partner.
Yeah.
In life.
In life.
Yeah. Huh? No, she took off. But
when she was here, she was on the phone. She was like,
yeah.
He was still working.
She's getting invoices out. She's sending out statements, right? She's helping with the schedule for the next week, right? She's a mover, man. You know, and that's what makes us great together, right? I call myself and I call her a power couple. We are very rare.
Yeah.
Right? What I'm very good at, she sucks at.
Yeah.
What she's very good at, I suck at. So we understand that common ground where, like, when it comes to that area,
just be good at what you
do what you do,
and I do what I do.
And then we come together like Avengers, homie, like Voltron.
Yeah.
The best. Or what is that blue guy that just said?
Smart.
Like that. He got the spiels, bro. That's the one for Captain Stranded. Captain Planet. Yeah.
But yeah, she's my ride or die, man.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank
and that's great because not a lot of people know that. They think they could just be like solo bolo and then get this money.
It's when you think that you can do ego, right? I think once you feel like you can attack everything by yourself and you have this like really high type of thinking, I think that's where you like pretty much fall.
You crash and burn, bro.
Yeah, but I do feel like, I mean,
what Tyson says. Everyone's tough until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Straight up, bro. Honestly, bro, I live by that, bro.
Yeah.
There's some people that you come across and they're real tough, bro. But once you get in their face and they're not surrounded by their friends or their comfort zone, and you fucking get in their face, they fold.
Yeah.
They fold, bro. Like people call me on the phone, customers, and they're fucking barking and they got that liquid courage. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be there in 1 hour. Right? I come into their office. 1 hour later, I look in their face, and all of a sudden, bro, now you want to be nice to me, huh? Okay, let's change that fucking attitude, bro. Right? I never disrespected you. You don't disrespect me. Why would you call me on my phone, fucking raising your voice, pointing something that I had nothing to fucking do with? You know what I mean?
He said, "I'll come to them and come correct, boy."
Yeah.
Nah, but I think it's also like I kind of touched on this like I think last podcast. I also feel like now what kind of advice can you like give people, because you guys are like exclusive, right? Like in that power couple sense. Like what do you do like to go ahead and like show like love, you know what I mean? Like I know we're talking about that. but I mean like no, I'm being serious. So you're from San Diego.
Born and raised.
The last podcast I was talking about Little Italy. Y dije how didn't I say
Have you been there?
Yeah, I went, yeah. Y dije que me gustó how older couples estaban like arreglados, agarrados de la mano. I can swear one of them had like, you know, a little thing. I'm kidding. I didn't see that. But, you know, I'm just adding a little bit fuel, right? But what I'm saying is like, it's just so much love. And I feel like I was touching on that. I was like, it doesn't stop. Right, but what do you like suggest? Like, obviously, you guys are like that couple, right? Like that power.
So, what's your secret? What's your secret?
I mean, people want to hear it, right? Like,
time alone together, right? We don't just talk about kids, but we talk about our future. We talk about each other, right? You know me, man. I like to send my roses to her once in a while, right? Put a little love letter. Let her know that I'm still chasing her. That she's still my boo. Right? In the morning before I leave, I'll write a note and I'll put it on the windshield wiper.
I'm still chasing her.
I'm still chasing, man. I'm still chasing. Right? That's the name of the game.
Oh, come on.
That's no printer.
That's the name of the game. Is I'm still chasing her. I want her to feel like she's still being chased.
Hey, I work with a lot of teenagers, so my bad.
I want her to feel like she's still being chased because she is, man. I wouldn't be half the man I am today without her. So if that means putting a smile on her face, cracking jokes, comedy, taking her out to eat, surprising her, right? Buying her a ring every year, right? Letting her spend my money the way she wants to and how she wants to, right? Going to Puerto Vallarta, hey, baby, wherever you want to go, however you want to do it.
She plans things out and
we do it together,
right?
We do it together, man.
That's how it is. It has to be together, right? You know? And then this year, Tijuana, you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, you got up here, you know?
I got a lot of hair, bro. I'm still good, homie.
I'm talking about that.
I'm still good, bro.
I'm talking about the bag. Bro.
Yeah, I'm still good, though, bro. I put that shit in fifth gear. I put some WD-40 on those motherfuckers, bro. I gotta warm this motherfucker up, but when I'm going, bro.
That's all you, boy. That's all you.
Look,
it ain't how you start, it's how you finish, baby. Let's go.
That's what I said.
Yo, these food guys are contained. They're just hopping on over to this
that's what
side.
I said. If my grandpa would have taught me to just pinch it, I'm telling you, that goes a long way, bro. All right, look. So on that note, I want to go ahead and give you your roses. Thank you for, you know, obviously having us here, treating us really good, kind of giving, you know, the viewership, you know, the ability to go ahead and look at, you know, what, you know, you do pretty much, right? Now talk to that camera, let them know, you know, where they can find you, IG, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter.
MySpace.
well, I guess MySpace is dead, right?
If you have a music page.
Right? You name it.
Right on, bro.
Let them know. Let them know.
Right on, man. All right. First of all, before I even get started, thank you guys, man. Thank you for picking up the phone, bro, and calling me for the opportunity. Thank you for finally meeting you guys and giving me your guys' time. I really do appreciate that, bro. My focus and my main thing is try to reach as many people as I can positively, right? I know for a while we're messing around here, but I do want people to know that it's, it's big love, man. Respect, right? We're all people, right? We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect here. Thank you. All right. Second, last but not least, Danny Garcia. I'm the president of both companies, Alliance Bath Reglazing and Ace Renovations. We service the Bay Area exclusively. You're going to find quality workmanship, hardworking people, responsibility people, right? Get the job done and get it done right. We're going to pick up the phone. We're going to answer whatever question we have to answer. We don't run from anything. We don't dodge, duck, or dip, right? Alliance Bath Reglazing has a 5-year warranty on everything we do. Brick and mortar. I have a shop. I'm not a fly-by-night company. We're the best in the Bay Area. We're the finest in the Bay Area.
Period.
Right? You can find us on IG, Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn, right? 925-679-7532 is the best way to get a hold of us. Ace Renovations, 408-420-2232. We're a general contractor. We service the whole Bay Area. If you're looking to remodel your home, your bathroom, your kitchen, just give your house a good flip, give us a call. You're in good hands. Let us show you the difference between us and those other guys.
Yeah.
There you go. Man, that was
Yeah,
great.
I believe that.
Oh.
I believe that he can do it. When you said that with so much confidence, and that's how you know.
Yes, ma'am.
He knows what he's talking about.
Thank you. Thank
with
you.
all confidence.
I know, he took at least a good 2 minutes.
You had robbed him earlier with them 10, 20 minutes. Sheesh.
That's right.
Come on, big dog.
All right, man. Well, on that note, thank you very much. Is there anything you want to leave?
I always like to say thank you to my, the people that have led us into this space. And, this is your space. This is your sacred space.
Thank you. Thank you for
sharing
coming on
your
in.
time.
Thank you.
So thank you for allowing us to kind of peek into your brain and,
right on.
and kind of see where you're at, why you think the way you do.
Yes, ma'am.
And what took to be here.
Yes, ma'am.
That's important too. And I think I like to be super realistic with folks and talk about all the ugly and all the the great things, the magic that comes from all the ugly too. So that's important to talk about. I know it's not a popular opinion. We always want to celebrate our wins, but can we also celebrate our losses so
Damn
we can?
right.
I mean, on that note, I am grateful that you did touch on the stuff that I was telling you.
That was
heavy. I already knows and we're gonna see it back in the podcast. I already knows kind of
Let's
one of
do it.
those stumble kind of.
It is a heavy topic. I don't like to always just be like talk about the hard stuff, but also if you want to share, you're welcome to share. So thank you for sharing and not being so gatekeeping of that, because we need to hear it.
Yeah, I am grateful. This is something that I was telling him on the way. I was like, look, these are things that I can see, because obviously I studied the video, and I was like, these are things that weren't touched about, and I feel like it can go a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, no, I know it's a little hard, but I'm grateful that you actually answered that, because I know somebody's gonna take something from that.
We can't just scrape the surface. We gotta go deep sometimes. And
Can I leave?
A message? Leave it.
I just want to. This is one thing, man. I try to tell, especially my raza, bro. Hey, if you see it, if you feel it, if you believe it, right? No one is gonna push you the way you would push yourself. So believe in yourself, because this world is not gonna believe in you, right? Once you believe in yourself, you're capable of all things. All things. Go out there, get after it. Don't let the fucking world tell you no. Make the shit happen. Talk to you.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So shots, who got the juice? Regular water. This is who got the juice water.
This who got the juice water.
Shut the fuck up.
If you want to showcase your business, Who Got the Juice is the platform.
Most people don't know what they want to do in life. You know, even at 25, 30 years old, you're like, what am I going to do?
Who got the juice?